Hello, hi. Look at it. That's new Faust. Woohoo! I mean, it's not really a new Faust. It's new Faust Eco, to be more specific. It bursts bunch of tremor. Um, yeah. But yeah, Limbus Company today. Whoa, new event. Very cool. Okay, so I already, as you saw, got the Eco. I also got the new Hongwu thingy. Yeah.
달이 새하얗게 빛.
Do. Okay. Give me a sec. Okay, let's like play the game or something. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Time killing time. Okay. I hope it's not too long because I can't do more than 4 hours. And would kinda prefer if it was only 3. Well, okay, I guess I can finish it on a different day. But I would kinda like to finish it today. 15 stages. I can go for more than 4 hours. I think I talked about it. But I got a job and shit. And I kinda have to wake up at 4 AM tomorrow. So it's kinda annoying. Sorry, I just have to be chatting with a person right now instead of like concentrating on the stream. Sorry about that. A scandal in time. By the way, I ordered Don Quixote, like the book. I should have it soonish. So that's cool. I want to finish it before the new chapter comes out. That's my goal. Oh shit, I didn't read it. I accidentally clicked. Fuck me, man. Let's look at the log. Don Quixote loudly and obnoxiously flaps through the newspapers in her hands while peppering in a few insightful chuckles. Unfortunately, I know exactly what this means. And that she will continue to try to draw my attention until I acknowledge her at the most appropriate moment. Okay, Don Quixote, fine. What is it? Oh, Manager Esquire, dost thou know what the city's upstairs companies, such as Limbus Company, must always pay close heed to ever-changing world around us? Hitter, read my newspaper, Manager Esquire, and do keep. I forgot how hard it's to read anything that Don says. I have problem reading even normally. And to keep thyself up to date on the events of the city, as Marsault and I, Don Quixote, do air every morrow. But just go along with it, why don't you? I'm pretty sure she's talking about Marsault and one of his morning routines, the one with the newspapers. The newspaper routine, where he wakes up before the crack of dawn, parks himself on a chair, folds one leg over the other, at an exact 90-degree figure 4 leg lock position and pursues the morning newspaper. That. I guess it left an impression on her. Betcha she will be back for her usual self in a week or so. Hearken unto me, art who paying attention. Yeah, totally. So what's new? What did an article mention us or something? Oh, how did thou know? Wait, really? Forsooth, feast might die, eyes on page 3. Though 'tis quite regrettable that we have robbed of the chance to be on the front page. Huh? Page 3? They're really starting to put our names out there, huh? Don Quixote and Rhodia, the two sinners who are guaranteed to draw the full attention of whichever space they inhabit, were speaking. It was only a matter of time before the other sinners began crowding around us, curious about the commotion. A dramatic conclusion to the mysterious disappearance at T-Corp. Shocking. The perpetrators of this mysterious case has been revealed to be none other than the prestigious Edgar family, appalling the general public. Okay, I didn't stream for a while. I forgot how to talk or read, like completely. Well, okay, I didn't stream for, like 4 days. It's not that long when I consider how I used to take like 3-month breaks. It's just sad. I think I'll be able to do more frequent streams, but I'm getting used to the new job. I can't come home and I'm just fucking not feeling it. I kinda hope it will get better when I get used to it, but also it might get worse because I will start hating the job when I'm there for a longer time or something. But there are still weekends, and I always make time for my gacha games, right? I will definitely be streaming the new HSR thingy next week. 4.3 it is? I never remember the numbers. I think it's 4.3. Shocking. I already read that. Bunch of dots. Well, I don't think we need to hear that part. What else does it say? With small assistance from some wandering bystanders who happen to be lost in the area, and with the most admirable heroics of T-Corp's Class 3 collection staff on the scene. Wandering bystanders, is it? Perchance that particular denomination refers to us? Bystanders? They are treating us like we were barely there. Didn't even mention our company name. Ah, come on. Those time collectors weren't even there. This is within the expected range of behavior for the news media. Well, there may be those who seek to interview us after reading this very article, mayhaps? Yeah, I'm sure they will have a grand old time looking for wandering bystanders for an interview. Very descriptive. I doubt anyone will pay us much attention, Don. Better not set yourself up for disappointment. And we were standing there for a good moment in a big group, chatting about the article, when someone slowly but smoothly walked between us. Excuse me, would you be employees of Limbus company? You fellas are... I'm sure you're already aware that the reason for our visit. Give me just a second. Everything's good. Which is good. Oh, I welcome thee here. Long and hard have I awaited thy arrival. Now, from whence shall we begin? Who, is she actually here to interview us? No way, Dawn wasn't just losing her mind and nothing? I was not told that any interview would be taking place. My, where'd work go at a time like this? Now where'd I put that leftover hair gel from Heat's makeover? Ahem. Downway commands. Alright then. Well, really, I shan't rightly take all the credit for what we were having accomplished here. Will you be making your tax payments in installments? Huh? Wait, who said that? Oh, right, they said it in the same time and like two different things. Huh? Okay, we were clearly not on the same page here. We are the tax collectors from T Corp's Time Collection Agency, currently on a mission to collect your overdue time tax. Those ilks are never bringers of good tidings indeed. Wait, time tax? No, that doesn't make any sense. We already paid our time tax in full when we went through the T Corp Nest immigration process. Virgilius said 3 days ago aboard Mephistopheles. Are you sure we don't need to pick up a timepiece for each of us to carry? You probably know this already, but T Corp, everyone must carry a timepiece. Yes, I know the rules. But for every rule, there's always room for alternative that offers a bit more flexibility. Of course, I don't suppose it's listed anywhere on that pamphlet. Outsiders seeking a short-term stay at T Corp can pay the appropriate time tax for the length of their stay to be exempt from the relevant obligations, instead of going out of their way to abide by T Corp's rules. As you may have expected, anyone born outside District 20 must go through numerous hoops before they can be issued a timepiece. So we elected to pay 30 days worth of time tax on the spot before entering T Corp's borders. Impressive. It can't have been cheap. Ah, yet I wish to wear a watch as well, like Lady Autis does. Haven't I already made it clear that it is not a fashion item? As I have said so in the past, the company has no budgetary concerns. It is a given that they would be taking care of such expenses. We're finally starting to operate like a real professional company now, huh? Yeah, there must have been a minor miscalculation or something. Maybe we fell slightly short of the amount we had to pay. It hasn't even been 30 days since we arrived here, though. Well, I'm sure we can pawn away their stuff to fix what probably amounts to round an error, easy peasy. Cliff muttered, gesturing towards Sinclair and Hungulu with his chin. If it will help pay the time tax, then sure. Oh, maybe? I didn't pack much when I left, though. Well, let's hear the damage. How much time tax do we owe ya? Come. Currently you are... It's a big number. What even is this? It's like billion? 10 billion, 40 million behind in time tax payments. What? Did my hearing get worse or something? I heard 10, 40 and the rest just kind of flew right over my head. For that much money. Oh, might have to make a brief stop at my place first. What other options do we have if we if we can't pay the tax? Can't pay the tax is not an option. Your only option is the following. Make your payment with time or money, with interest of course. What the hell does making payment with time even mean? Now that I think about it, I remember someone talking about paying with time before. I never really cared to find out what exactly they meant though. Isang, Heathcliff, know anything about this? I have not once failed to make my payments during my residency at this nest. Thus I know not what transpires on an occasion in which one fails to pay the time tax. I've never been involved in messy business like taxes at the manor either, and in my backstreets days was dealt with complicated shit like that for the rest of us. I did see a few poor sods getting dragged away cause they failed to cough it up though. Well then. With their not so helpful answers, my mind immediately began to wander towards Faust, who I hoped would know something more about this than the two of them. And that's when Auti suddenly and definitely stood between us and the collectors. This is completely unreasonable. What kind of shoddy calculation led to this nonsensical figure? Last calculation in teacups are always exceptionally reasonable. The clock's ticking. Would I be correct to assume that you lack both the capability and the will to make your fair payments? Wait, we don't have to escalate this. Can we get a timeout? Your choice of words may be quite unwise. Cry and whine all you want about not wanting to escalate things when you've got 10 billion on in your pockets. I won't recognize your opinion as anything of worth otherwise. No? Then shut up and stay out of our way while we deal with this obstacle that dares to stand in our path. How exciting! 10 billion on death. 10 billion and 40 million on to be exact. Okay. I guess the company kind of forgot to pay it then, huh? That's unfortunate. Oh yeah, that's probably the reward. Yeah, those are like the event currencies. New enemies, it looks like. Difficulty level 40. I think I can deal with that. Okay, yeah. So simple. I mean, I will obviously be using these two people and make a tremor team. So I want to check what you do. Oh, right. Okay, that's simple. Okay. So I think I'll start with you first.
볼까요?
Faust
준비되었습니다.
second. I don't remember this guy even though he's like old at this point. But I think he can be kinda at the end.
좋아, 몸 좀 풀어보자고.
Are you all well? would I do first?
좋아.
출발인가?
Like this, I think. And then which one of these two do I want?
좋아. 몸 좀 풀어보자고.
출발인가?
Does any of them have like... I don't remember stuff, sorry. You have like Tremor, Ego. I don't remember what some of the egos do, the ones that I just don't use frequently. Which one do I want? Probably you. Yeah.
계약이 또 어그러졌나 보지?
Maybe I could get fish meal just to have more gluttony though.
작전 호출. 입감.
계약이 또 어그러졌나 보지?
Do I need actually gluttony for something? I mean, not too much actually. There's like only one of the egos that I would plan to
계약이
use.
또 어그러졌나 보지?
How do you work again? I'm bad at choosing. I should have planned this earlier. But yeah, let's go with this, I guess. Should be fine. I mean, it will be fine. I don't think I will lose or anything. Ooh,
어떤
okay.
시간과 공간에 계시는 관리자님이 들을진
So
몰라도
these guys.
그때를 위해서 미리 응원을 녹음해야 한다는 거군요. 아 이런 이것도
Oh yeah,
녹음되고
the borrow
있는지는
stamp
미처
thingy.
몰랐네요.
I don't remember how it works. Well, it doesn't matter since I'll just press this.
가자.
Oh wow, great job, Isang. Wow.
아, 저런 건 그냥 쓱싹쓱싹 하면 끝이고.
Well, this sucks.
편하게 해.
파도하죠.
자기 일 아니라고 그렇게 말하시면 어떡해요.
Oh, I didn't even look at the new enemies.
제압 개체 상태가 좋지 않습니다.
Yes, and they do tremor, yeah. Interrupt them.
효율적인 효과를
Reduces
이끌어낼 수
final
있게
damage by 30% and store it. At free count, take fixed damage by 1.5 damage, the accumulated damage, and free bind next turn. Interesting. Power Clash up. A lot of like stuff. What about passives? Ah.
직접 타도하죠.
개체가 약화되는 것 같습니다. 제압 완료.
시원하네. 아, 술 맛을 돋궈주는 좋은 공격이었어.
약점을 잘 치는
지금이라도
것
말
같네요.
들어.
이런 것도 되죠.
효율적인 대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다. 참고로 기계는 입에 발린
Okay, I think I can win now.
실패하지 않아요.
가자.
탈출 개체가 정리되었습니다.
훌륭한 제압 성과를 낸 직원이 있군요. 효율적인
Let's
결과를 위해서
go.
이쯤에서 관리자님이 칭찬의 말을 건네주.
The Corp staff in a different uniform approached the sinners at both sides as both sides went on the defensive. Is this one their ringleader? He may be of a higher rank, but he is but an employee of the Corp all the same. Which is to say that our insistence on meeting their demands with hostility may lead to a direct confrontation against the full force of the Corp. Lay down your weapons now. Should you refuse to cooperate, all of you present may be considered hostile individuals by the Corp, and we will use force to... Hehe, I like that. How thrilling. Ah, this is bad. This seems like a great time for Virgilius with his intimidating glowing eyes to appear. Man, weren't things much better between us and the guide but only a few days ago? Feels like it's been forever since then. Come on, don't glare at us like that. We had our reasons, okay? They showed up out of nowhere and tried to extort a whole 10 billion an. 10 billion on 40 million an to be exact. You really like saying that, don't ya? Jeez. Yeah, the point is, there's no way we owe them that much money. We're kind, law-abiding citizens who are brimming with a sense of justice. Hear, hear. Virgilius listens quietly for a moment as the sinners chattered on like they were a part of comedy skit. Yes, I agree that the 10 billion an in taxes does seem unreasonable, however. It is a mystery to me how no one stopped to think for a second about the troubles you might spark by starting a meaningless scuffle like this in the middle of a street, no less. Virgilius lets out a deep sigh before turning towards the T-Corp employee. We find it regrettable that this incident led to bloodshed. However, 10 billion an in time tax is unacceptable. I'm sure you know full well what that 10 billion an's worth of tax isn't kind of money that we can simply fork over in the middle of the street. I believe that it would have been more appropriate if you had provided us with some context as to how this number came to be, instead of immediately marching up to us and demanding that we pay the time tax. I admit that such absurd amount of time tax levied upon your group is almost unprecedented. We have been summoned to an emergency meeting in a relevant office to address the severity of this incident. I see your point. Why don't we move this conversation to the collection office in the relevant jurisdiction area for now to discuss possible solutions? Okay, good. Talking helps sometimes.
제압 완료. 경보에는 익숙해지시는 게 좋을 겁니다. 아직 50일까지 많은 날이 남은 것을 파우스트는 알고 있으니까요.
Case of gallows. The truth behind the absurd amount of time tax levied upon us was much simpler than I expected. About a week ago, a large-scale unauthorized temporal leakage phenomenon was observed at the Wuthering Heights Manor, which shot showed you up several stages of progressive time use stacks. Wait, what? Time use stacks bracket due to immense amount of time leaks. A temporal leakage phenomenon. It refers to a declaration in the flow of time within a certain physical field. In your case, it wasn't even a static declaration field. It moved all over the manor for a good while too. We measured about 4 hours forth of a time in the process. What the bloody hell is she blabbering about? A declaration in the flow of time within a certain... Ah, she must be referring to the moment during which Dante granted us celerity as we were in pursuit of that man at the manor. Impossible. The manager's ability was activated for less than 30 minutes. It is most likely that your 4-hour measurement is a calculation error. Ah, no, considering how odd sensation we had experienced as we departed the manor, it's most probable that no error had occurred in that calculations. Do you recall Dante? As we left behind the manor few days ago. Marcel. Is there out wrong with thy daily routine? We had just returned to Mephistopheles after the incident at the Wuthering Heights Manor. Most sinners were keeping to themselves given the clear look of sorrow on Heathcliff. However, Don Quixote's ever cheerful voice, like always, consistently shuddered through the silence. I've identified an anomaly. We should have been issued the morning newspaper, not the evening newspaper. This is inconsistent with the amount of time we spent at the manor. Oh, I see. Perchance it was an innocent mistake. As long as I have been a passenger of this bus, morning papers have always been delivered during designated morning hours, and evening papers have always been delivered during designated evening hours. The possibility that I have made a mistake cannot be completely ruled out. However, the likelihood of this is minuscule. Oh, now that I'm looking at it, that's a sunset, not a sunrise. I couldn't tell because of the lack of color. That cannot be. This must be early hours of the morrow, is it not? Ah, I may have an idea to how this inconsistency came to be. Right, the TT4 protocol. What's that? Temporary velocity synchronization device or something like that? I've seen an advert for it once, a luxury solution to all your time synchronization needs. Enjoy equal leisure hours together, or some shit like that. Oh, this is quite unlike thee, Sir Heathcliff, to use so many complicated words in a sentence. Pray shall someone explain it in a plainer language? It is an apparatus for equalizing the velocity of time for all those affected individuals under the TT4 protocol's influence. Aha, forsooth, I've thought it quite odd how someone so affluent in time was moving and speaking at the same speed as the rest of us. Huh? Then, with this information, it can be concluded that the time we have experienced within the manor was flowing at a faster rate than the world outside. That is a coherent explanation as to why the evening newspaper instead of the morning newspaper was issued. Good. Now that your curiosity is sated, I don't suppose anyone has any issues with tackling a new job? The LCA has sent us a new request to track down a distortion. Asked for more detailed information. So activating my ability within the TT4 protocol caused... yes, indeed. It was akin to tampering with the already accelerated flow of time from outsider's point of view. It would have appeared as though more than what was actually spent was leaked. This blocknote knows what he's talking about. Also, you didn't just manipulate time on a personal scale, like I said earlier. You affected the flow of time within a physical space. Let me remind you that it wasn't even a static field. It moved all over that manner. Honestly, the situation is completely unprecedented. Right, they used to activate it only on special occasions, like when we had plenty of guests over for a visit, because it was so bloody pricey. So the time takes you for your inflated tax bracket multiplied by the transfer volume from the physical space covered by the temporal manipulation. Yeah, no wonder it all adds up to this insane number. It's ain't like we knew something like this would happen. Well, anyway, you have 2 payments options to settle the time tax debt. Alright, options? What options? It ain't like bags of 10 billions and grow from trees in it. Option 1, cash payment. Option 2, time payment. Yeah, about that. What's that supposed to mean anyway? Paying with time? It means... oh. The employee who was about to answer our question with painfully observable annoyance suddenly jolted at the sound of an alarm. Understood. I just got a call that they are ready to hold an emergency meeting regarding this incident. Limbus company may send 2 individuals to the meeting to represent your company. No need to TikTok and fast ante. Dealing with complicated matters like this meeting is one of my responsibilities. I will be joining them to discuss the possible solution to this incident, so please keep the sinners under control. Except you, Miss Faust, you're with me. Understood. Make another mess while I'm gone, and only Rush will ensure what comes next. Keep that in mind as you wait. Oh. Well, off they go, I guess. Didn't even give us a chance to ask them more questions. They are just leaving us here like this. But isn't this whole mess basically about what will happen to us? So, this isn't anything serious, but what's Mercer doing on the gallows? Just standing there. What? Mercer, what are you doing up there? I was told to stand here, so I have done so. Who told you to do that? Are they just trying to be helpful with you and your friend's little time tax problem? I thought all employees were supposed to be at the emergency meeting. Whoa, a clock with legs? How fascinating. If someone were to submit you for consideration at the upcoming expo, you might even be worth a participation trophy. You remind me of the time when some hapless soul submitted a timepiece that doubled as a compass that had a rather tragic and critical design flaw. It could tell the time or find your path, but never both at once. Tell directions or tell time? It was only one thing or the other, leaving you lost in time and stranded in the streets. That was no good. Not at all. That's no better than a clock taped to a compass. At the end of the day, is it? Wow, so cities lacking the technology to add clock on compass? My compass is curiosity. Alright. TT52 protocol is operating at an experimental capacity within this office space. So don't you forget, anyone not synced with the daily standard time might find this a little disorienting. So keep that in mind as well. What? Now that's a look of someone who has never heard of the TT52 protocol, eh? TT52 protocol is as its name suggests, is an invention to address the temporal efficiency problem present at the TT4 protocol. It is doing test runs in only a few select T-Corp offices. So if you ever feel the urge to leave your impressions of the new shiny thing, feel free to jot down a few words on that bulletin. Wait a minute, who wrote that 3-star review? The man whom we presumed to be a T-Corp staff seemed very adept at holding one-sided conversation with zero external input. Not that any of us could keep up with how fast he was speaking anyway. Anyways, if you're ready, let's get cracking. I'm ready. Wait, I don't know if it's really a good idea to be ready for something that looks like the rope extending from the intimidating machine tightened around Mersaut's throat. Is this what it means to pay our tax down with time? Getting hanged from the gallows? He's called by its precise and given name, temporal scale gallows. It measures the exact amount of time you owe and sucks that time right out of you. That wasn't the original name, mind you. There was simply too much hubbub and hula-baloo about its excessively long name, which was at approximately 58 words or letters. Can someone ask him what will happen to Mersaut? Is that thing going to kill Mersaut? Kill him? Nonsense. She's a very gentle machine that is simply preposterous, however spoken in such matter of portents that events of even greater ill fortune shall befall us. I'm not so sure as to what might happen actually. I suppose it will suck 10 billion worth of time out of your friend? Stop being obtuse. What is that even supposed to mean? Is he going to be stuck like that for 10 billion hours or something? Huh? Well, not exactly. Let me tell you about the Corp's particularly generous system called the 4-hour daily minimum time guarantee policy. How generous, huh? Even when worst comes to worst, every citizen is entitled to the right to enjoy a minimum of 4-hour days. According to T-Corp Public Welfare Council, 4 hours is the absolute minimum number of hours in a day to guarantee human survival. Surviving the keyword here. That's very helpful. My, sucking 10 billion and 40 million ounce worth of time from your friend was too much, I suppose. Look, it says measurement error. That rarely ever happens. Wait, you pulled the lever when you didn't even know what was going to happen? Just out of curiosity? Of course, 10 minutes of time tax debt is historically unprecedented amount of debt. So I had to see what would happen. You could land first place in a lottery and you still wouldn't even come close to making 10 billion an. And that's before taxes. I'd say you all belong to a museum of history, if I'm being honest. Besides, I haven't seen anyone with more than 150 hours in time tax that willingly step up the gallows before, and one beyond that usually chooses to run endings themselves into an even deeper depth hole. The point is, I scarcely expect that someone in a 10 billion Antamtex hole to just walk up there like that. What's wrong with this guy? Awaken Mersal. Pretty. Very pretty. Surrender not to such machinery. How are unharmed? I'm alright. Why don't you let get down from the gallows for now, Mersal? Faust! Vergilius and Faust, who returned just as the incident occurred, were both glaring at us with expressions that were anything but friendly. Yay. I want Faust to glare at me with any expression. I mean, she kinda only has one expression. I think I saw her smile once. Okay, I can clearly see that you are both accusing me of letting the sinners run wild again, but we had our reasons. We have reached an agreement. And? You explained things to them, right? Please tell me that the agreement doesn't involve us collectively hanging from that stupid gallows. 10 billion is certainly an absurd amount of money, but it doesn't change the fact that we are still responsible for it. We did benefit from the extra time it granted us, and its use was something that wasn't mutually agreed upon before our unrelated activation. Because it was an unexpected event, no countermeasures could be put in place either. Yeah, but we don't actually have a whole lot of time to debate whether I was allowed to slow down time or not. We really had to think on our feet back then. I felt a bit miffed about being treated as though I was somehow at fault for this. If you plan to sacrifice one of us to settle the debt, I request that you evaluate our work based on individual merit. I have prepared performance evaluation sheet for each sinner precisely for one such occasion. On the last pages of those evaluation sheets are extra opinions that I don't plan on leaving any of you behind to take the fall for the group. Besides, 10 billion An isn't the kind of money that you can settle with the sacrifice of an individual. But we did eventually find a reasonable compromise while you were wasting your time horsing around in front of the gallows. And that compromise is we have been contracted to deal with the distortion. Woohoo! I guess we're really starting to put our names out there. If they specifically sought us out to deal with this distortion, they've sought out other fixers and companies to deal with this issue first. We were their sixth choice after the first five failed to produce a meaningful result. Gotcha. Well, the stories are starting to circulate via word of mouth. I will not deny that. So what kind of distortion are we dealing with this time? This is a request regarding a series of similar unsolved cases within T Corp's borders. Some call it the case of time killing time. Several people have already fallen victim to the perpetrator. The case of time killing time. It is exactly what it says on the tin. A distortion is running wild, killing our time. Time is an asset here at T Corp. It is not so difficult for us to track down the occasional time robberies by tracing it, but in the case of time killing time, the killer does not leave any tracers. It's simply gone, completely removed, and untraceable. No such thing has ever happened here before, thus the significance of this case cannot be emphasized enough. That is why we formally requested that you solve the case for us. In return, we'll exempt you from your time tax debt. Oh, thus arrived once again, my time to shine. According to a book I have pursued in recent days, any and all detectives working to solve cases of urban nightmare or beyond are issued the Special Investigator Badge during the course of their employment. This is a badge that may as well be universal pass to command or kinds of aid regarding the detectives? Fixers. We plan to issue you those badges, yes. Wahoo! Much have I longed to add one such badge to my collection. Perchance thou shalt allow us to keep the badges once this case is dealt with? Nay, I demand that I be awarded at least 3 badges. One for my private collection, one for display, and one for business, so that... Shut it, lass. Right, what are we waiting for? Let's crack on. What is distortion and... What is distortion and get the hell out of here. I hate dealing with money problems. I value your enthusiasm, but I would also appreciate if you could allow others to finish their sentences before cutting them off and going on a long tangent on your own. The problem is that they don't want all 13 of you running amok in an effort to solve the case. Indeed, I can have your entire group run wild in the streets and potentially waste the precious time of our residents. Also, the Special Investigation Badge isn't something that T-Corp hands out like candy. We can give away a whole box of badges to all 13 of them. I concur to a degree. This who was continuously and consistently suggested who has, I can't read, that we cut down the number of sinners was the first one to welcome this offer. We should have done something like this a long time ago. What use is there for in hauling around these dead weights? Who exactly? We will leave the useless pawns behind to wait in the bus while the elite team of high-performing individuals takes care of business. You seem rather confident that you'd be part of that elite team of high-performing individuals, Autis. It is ridiculous to even suggest otherwise. Alright, enough with your nonsense. So, how many of us are allowed to work on this case anyway? Virgil straight trailed off, clearly unhappy about this outcome. They have decided that 4 individuals, including the manager, is an appropriate amount of people allowed to partake in this investigation. That's not a lot. Except it, we barely managed to get the authorization for 4 after much debate. Then you have wasted your breath. A tag team of the executive manager and I will be more than enough to handily complete this mission. Right. Well, maybe Honglu, you know, he's quite good at soloing stuff. If so, it all comes down to my choice then, huh? 3 sinners. So many eyes are upon me. Not that I've never had them all look at me at the same time before, but the pressure is on a completely different level when it comes to making judgment calls like these. Looks like the manager is deep in thought, but pointlessly agonizing over something like this is a waste of time. I'm taking volunteers first, so let's see some hands quickly now. Forsooth, I shouldn't hesitate before such excellent opportunity. Maybe it's finally my time to shine? Alright, don't even need to ask me, alright? Let's get on with it. Oh, nah, that wasn't... I'm not raising my hand, I'm just cleaning my glasses. This is no simple matter. I've not been with so few sinners before, except for that one time when we accidentally walked out to the outskirts through the back door. So I have to take this slow and really consider all possible angles. What a mess, huh? It would be too much trouble for me to list and debate all the arbitrary limitations they set, so allow me to make the choices for you this time, Dante. Well, I don't think there is too big of a gap between them when it comes to their capabilities, but they all excel at different situations. Dante, are you listening? I just said that I will be the one to choose your companions. No, I need to consider more than just their individual capabilities. Some of them work better when paired together, but it's also true that haphazardly pairing them together might end up making a team less than some of its parts. This is all about building team synergy. Wait, didn't Rodia say something about how people born in December and August don't mesh up well together? And the sinners who will accompany Dante to solve this case are... I have to choose someone who can support me calmly, assess the situation, and remain free from biased judgment while making smart, rational decisions on the fly. The sinners who fit that description are... Do we even have anyone like that? I still have to choose someone though. Damn it, I've got it. I choose Faust, Mersaut, and Yisang. Rodion, Ryoshi, and Honglu. Huh? Wait, huh? Dante has selected me, Mersaut, and Yisang. Haven't you been listening, Dante? I have certain things to discuss with Miss Faust regarding our upcoming journey, so she was not an option. Yisang was immediately ruled out even before the meeting adjourned due to his history of developing an unauthorized invention at D-Corp. Mersaut did not volunteer. There was no reason to volunteer. Though I may have been disallowed from joining this investigation, I'm truly grateful for your appreciation. Dante, I shan't soon forget this. Well, wait, that's Hey, Altis. You know, that's not at all what I meant. I just thought that maybe we needed someone skilled and experienced like you to efficiently manage the remaining sinners while we are... okay. I really savaged the mood, didn't I? The three of them who I didn't even imagine in my wildest dreams would be hanging out together. All turn to look at my direction. Whoa, just the three of us, huh? A trio such an eye-catching number, isn't it? Oh yeah, I get it, but why'd the two of you volunteer? Thought it sounded FAH. The greater the quantity and diversity of experience, the better it is. Yeah. Dawn tragically drops her head to the ground, crestfallen. I have naught else to blame but my slightly lower vertical placement in the world. Indeed, that must be why Sir Vergilius had failed to catch my impassioned hand. Dawn sobbed dramatically, lamenting how Vergilius did not even bat an eye on her in her direction, despite her being the first one to raise their hand. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the only reason he didn't pick her, though. Hup, this is my fine legacy I bestow upon thee. That's... what's all this? A book? A magnifying glass? And are these clothes? This is my treasure, my collection. collection. Pretty be gentle with them. Oh, but why are you carrying 3 sets of clothing? Oh, for my private collection. One for displays and one for business. Verily, is that not obvious to thee? Records of investigation, solutions to the 13 problems by Agatha. Huh, somebody's autographed it. So who's this Agatha? Fie, how art ye all so ignorant in the lore of fixers? Once she was a great one fixer who was so prolific that she may as well have been the face of the Seven Association. Truly, no one? Most people don't know those lower, Don Quixote. Cumbersome clothes. How will Tokal they self an ace detective when not dressed appropriately for the occasion? Here. It's only right that the leading ace detective adorned her countenancy with this special mustache. Look, Lady Agatha says in the foreword to this book that any self-respecting ace detective must always dress themselves in an impeccable fashion. Don't just let it go. So, I mean, I'm sure everyone has their reasons, but how come you don't get picked for this fish meal? I corrected myself from saying it correctly. I just can't say Ishmael anymore. I just need to say fish meal. I just need that F in there. Didn't get picked. I never volunteered. Hey, it's not every day you get a legitimate chance to get some free paid time off without breaking company rules, and I wasn't about to let that chance slip. I guess I did have some last minute regrets when I saw Hoover Gills picked, but I'll just relax for a bit and jump in to help them out when needed. Well, good luck. While the... call us the Elite Four. What's that? How's that? While the self-proclaimed Elite Four runs around T-Corp, why don't we find a place to take edge off and unwind? How unfortunate. T-Corp did not authorize the rest of the sinners to run around unmonitored. You must understand that we simply cannot let individuals responsible for 10 billion worth of Tantex roam free without proper collateral. Looks like they have temporary lodgings for those who have failed to pay their Tantex. Virgilius has pointed at what was clearly a jail cell. Are you certain that's the lodging guide? I'm going to jail? Yep, as living collaterals, apparently. It will be fun. Hey, betcha you'll look fondly back at this memory when it's all said and done, okay? We'll be right back, so be nice and stay put. Nice. This jail cell, at least has some heating. Wait. What happened if they just leave and don't come back? We'll be seeing them again after 10 billion worth of time passes, I guess. What? Hey, wait, get back here. That's more than enough time to finish waving on the loom. Calm down, alright? We'll be back before you even... Heathcliff is already sleeping. Thou shalt return triumphantly as a glorious band of ace detectives. Mark my words. We set off on our journey after receiving an aforementioned special investigator badges, leaving the chaotic screaming and hollering of the remaining sinners behind. After a while, we all could hear, "I can't breathe! My brain is melted!" All we could hear was the sad, intermittent clattering of metal as someone violently shook the steel bars. Alright, looks like everyone's ready. Then let's get a move on and have a little chat with the third victim. Let's see. The case records say that... Aha, there it is. It's just a stone's throw away. Huh? Huh? What do you mean, huh? Look at the record. It clearly states that neither of the first two victims is in a communicative state. How unfortunate. No, I mean, why are you coming with us? I'm sorry, but we're not taking sidekick applications right now. Go away. Shoo. Incorrect. One of us will be joining your team. We weren't going to send an employee with you so that you can receive immediate updates regarding your investigation progress. Pull that stick out of your ass. We plan to send a class 2 staff with you, but you were... me? Class 5? See the badge? The chatterbox of an employee replied cheerfully as he produced a twinkling badge from his clothes. Apologies for failing to recognize you. Sir, I scarcely expected to see a class 5 auditor in the way down here. That guy's class 5 stuff? Really? Class 5 is that highest rank one could reach as a wing employee, right? Yeah, I thought so too. Well, don't be so sure. It depends on which wing you're talking about. Who knows? Maybe there are class 12 or even class 20 employees out there. Get it? Got it? Good. Then let's get to move on. We started in silent bafflement as the employee who had already stormed out of the building then hurriedly followed him out of the door. Isn't it absolutely brilliant? The very concept of killing time. They are not slowing down or speeding up time, they are eliminating it completely. Just yanking it out of circulation. So, your name is Mai? Relax and call me however you want. Names are such unimportant things, aren't they? No, names matter. Really? You never call anyone by their names, though. Relax and call you however we want, but you're obviously here to be our handler. That's true. That does make things a tad awkward, doesn't it? Let me think. Ah, I've got it. You are all dressed like detectives. Why don't you consider me your ever-helpful assistant who tags along to your adventures? Okay, but still. Ryoshu, who was staring off into the distance while puffing her cigarette, suddenly spoke up just as Rodia was about to retort. Assistant, lead us. Right away, ma'am. What's the difference between an assistant and a servant? You know, my family used to employ... They sure warmed up to him fast. Time killing puzzle. Ooh. Are we getting a puzzle game? Let's see, the third victim of this case is this watches factory's... Hold up. The obviously gaudy and expensive suit, the meticulously trimmed and shaped mustache. The third victim must be the owner of this factory. Assistant, confirm my deductions. You're right on the money, detective. We're off to a great start. Foo-hoo. We are detectives working on the case of time killing time. My name is... What? What's going on? Yoshu, detective. He sure is fast talker. He's talking way faster than Mersav did when he reviewed those chickens. Huh? He's talking so fast. It's like someone pressed a fast forward button in him or something. I can understand the thing coming from his mouth. He's someone who has a lot of time. What's that supposed to mean? An average Tikov citizen has about 20 to 28 hours a day, but you might also run to someone like him, people with plenty of time to spare, because they have so much surplus time. They can afford to condense 40, 50 hours into a single day, and to people with fewer hours in a day, it will look as though he's moving 2-3 times faster than them. Someone with that much time could pick their nose in a blink of an eye before anyone even has a chance to catch them in the act. You. I want to have at least like... Well, 28 hours a day sounds amazing already. Imagine having 4 more hours every day. I could be sleeping like 8 hours. Insane. No, okay, more like 10, I guess. I could sleep for 8 hours and still manage to like do stuff. That's insane. I gave Rodia a quick look of concern. She seemed to do something before Yoshu SHNC. A quick look, and a brief flicker of the flames burning off on my clock. Would you mind slowing down a bit? I'm just worried that you're at a serious risk of becoming a victim of a completely different, slightly more fatal crime. He shook his head in frustration, very rapidly that is. Before activating what appears to be voice recorder, he began to play his voice back at us. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Bumble, a proud proprietor of this watch factory. Apologies for this awkward method of communication. You see, my days are 52 hours longer. I used to live 100-hour days in my heyday, but the things have taken a turn for the worse at the factory in the recent years. 52 hours? To me it looks as though you are all talking very, very, very slowly. I must say, it's quite frustrating, but I'm willing to suffer this annoyance as long as you can solve this case. You have 52 whole hours to spend in a single day? Gee, I can't even imagine what that'd be like. Oh, I can tell you if you're curious. It's a very, very full life, I might say. Having more time to spend in a day means you can get more things done in a day, like sleeping 10 or more hours a night and having more than 40 hours left to spend. Good sleep really is the key to keeping your skin moist and fresh, indeed. I'll let you touch it if you want. As though in an effort to demonstrate, Bumble was consistently zooming around the room, checking his documents, calling someone on a phone, and even brushing his teeth while he stood there listening to his recordings. IDC. Get to the point. It was one late evening. Let's see. Like always, I was busily walking down the streets. I had a very, very important meeting to attend to, you know, and all of a sudden, an attack? No, I just happened to recall that I left the bacon in the kitchen counter at home. I should have left it covered with District 23's purple salt. My second oldest aunt used to sprinkle that salt all the time. The point. Well, so I stopped briefly, looked up at the clock tower and wondered if I should head back home to salt the bacon. And that's when the time repair struck. The clock tower? Each one of the 12 zones of T Corp has a clock tower. They display a Corp standard time scale. Because everyone has a different hours to spend in a day, their watches sync with their respective time scales as well, so that the real objective time one would have to check the clock tower. I see. Interesting. Oh, that's pretty neat. Alright, you two, let's focus on the important stuff. Let's see, how about we start with physical demonstration? Fine. Tailored suit. A tailored suit, a bit fancy for someone called the Time Reaper, don't you think? It must have cost me about 58 million An, of course, since it was tailor-made. Its comfort far beyond human imagination. Wait, what? Oh, and how could I forget this impressive yet nearly shaped mustache? Yes, I wasn't talking about your own physical description. One more chance until I sink. Oh, you mean the murderous appearance. Well, let me think. I don't recall anything. It just happened so fast that... How did it feel to have your own time killed? Was it painful? Can you not ask something like that with such a big grin on your face? Nope, it was just... 100 hours was gone in a blink of an eye. I missed an very important appointment thanks to that. I'll have you know, I suffered so much damages, Gah! 100 hours? So you lost a whole week in a blink of an eye? It's just 2 days for him. Gah, nope. 100 hours for me is just 2 days or so. Still, you have no idea how much I lost because of those 2 days. Ripping away time, huh? An invention that enables someone like that would certainly win the Invention of the Year award and the loads of prize money that comes with it. T Corp really values and supports its investors, you know. Some people say that once upon a time, T Corp's executive director himself showed up to bestow the award. I guess once an inventor is always an inventor. I say that he probably wanted others to carry on his inquisitive spirit. I've seen the ceremony once, and he was giving away autographs. They maybe were looking for an inventor who received an award for that tech assistant. But every invention at T Corp needs to be registered at the Technology Administration Agency. Though it's not without a few exceptions. There once was a time where a rogue group of inventors called the League of Nine Literatures made some inventions that they neglected to register. And wow, what a mess that was. Every single corner of T Corp was up in arms. Everyone dashing about in panic, making arrests, holding important meetings, while it was that big of a deal? I can't even imagine how hard it must have been for Yi-sang. Alright, so, is there anything like that registered in C Corp's tech agency? Nope, first time hearing about anything like it. Yeah, could start it there, you know. What? If there is a power granted by the distortion. Meanwhile, Yoshu, who was completely uninterested in the conversation, stared off into the distance. She looked out the factory window and let out another puff of smoke before muttering quietly to herself. No killer, no corpses. Well, yeah, no one's actually dead. and we don't know where the killer is. Who could it be, I wonder? Someone who took a liking to my very, very expensive suit, I say. Disagree, your suit's shit. Aw. Besides, if I really wanted to kill you... me? Ah, why would you... I'd have to be able to move as fast as you do. I won't be able to get a good aim at your vitals otherwise. Yoshu strode towards him before suddenly breaking into a charging sprint. Bumble rapidly stamped back in terror, but Yoshu was fast enough to close the distance and press her scabbard into his neck, despite the disparity in time. Gah. Just like this. Whoa. I thought she was actually about to beat the crap out of him after that, with that scabbard. That'd be case closed then, All we'd have to do is to arrest Yoshu. You scared the heck out of me. Well, I suppose that villain didn't really stab me in my vitals or whatever. But he did appear all of a sudden, just like you did. I see. So the killer isn't just running around ripping some time away from random people left and right. Yes, the killer was going specifically for that ass. The point left behind by Sinner's absence was much bigger than I thought. I meant that annoying stupid stash. Not having that kid here is frustrating. No way. Can you think of a single person who hates someone like me? I can think of more than a few. I say that it must have been the work of some bandit who wanted to try on my tailored suit, Oh, what about your employees? Lady Agatha's book says to find the culprit, we must first look at the victim's immediate circle. I have no idea if the book Don Quixote gave us or earlier is actually helping, but suppose it's at least a very good page turner. Honglu can seem to be able to tear his eyes away from it. Maybe I should check it out too once we get back to the bus. Yeah, that works. Then the culprit has to be someone who hates the owner so much enough to try to take his time. That seems quite implausible, as you can see. What? The laborers at the factory, they are all working so slowly, like they are moving through molasses. Oh, most factory laborers like them usually have rather short than our days, most of which they spend at their factory jobs anyways. What did you say? Listen up everyone, our output gain saw only 13% chance growth compared to last month's growth. Have I not impressed upon you how important it is, We'll be falling behind profit margin projections at this rate, Bumble hollers at them in frustration. The laborers very slowly turn their heads to look up at the factory owner. Even their simplest action taking an excruciatingly long time to complete. Boss, it's impossible to work any faster than... Phew, how bothersome, Less complaining, more assembling, Use your time effectively. And chop chop, huh? You have no idea how frustrating it has been for me as of late, Did you even know that the next batch of cogs have stopped all of the sudden, We could understand him thanks to the recorder next to us, but everyone out of its earshot would have no chance of understanding whatever he's talking about. Hey, Mr. Bumble. You're talking way too fast for them to understand. You know that? How do you expect them to understand the thing you're saying? So, it's not me who's too fast, it's them who are too slow, Only hustlers and PCPs like myself who make the best of their time can rise above the rest of this chaotic, bustling city, what? You know that's a load of bull. How are they supposed to hustle or make the best out of their times when they're practically nailed to the floor, and with what time? Rodia, hey. I don't think someone like him will... Oh, that makes sense coming from Rodia, right? With her story and stuff. I think... Maybe? Like, at least more than from other people. Like, it would still make sense, but it just, you know, is in character for her to be the one mentioning this, I think. I don't think someone like him will ever understand what you're talking about. He was born and raised in T-Corp, after all. Hey, assistant, you're a Class 5 employee, right? Aren't you supposed to be a big shot? Do you seriously think there's anything normal about all of this? Normal? You're detectives. Do you happen to be returning from a round trip across every single nest in the city, all the way from A to Z? Can you confidently say that you have seen all there is to see? Not really, but then give this idea a thought, why don't you? There's the notion of what is normal. It's just a mirage conjured by the downtrodden and the suffering. That is to say, that suffering is just a part of life in the city, regardless of which nest you're in. Ha! I don't see any suffering in that mug of Mr. 50 hours a day right here. Sorry, I had to stop drinking coffee since I'm doing plasma tomorrow, but I probably should have gotten at least like 1 cup of coffee or like 1 cup of gamer subs or something, because I'm falling asleep. Such harsh words, I have my share of pain. I will shake, you know, I'll have you know, Yeah. I've been waiting for something to get finished for a while, Do you know how much of a pain it is to wait for something but also have too much time in your day, It's so tedious. Bumble gently fixed his mustache and hair filled... Plus I can't read. And hair before caressing his expensive coat with care. This guy's annoying, but it's also kinda funny. Okay, a fight. Oh.
예술을 보여주지.
Okay, who does Tremor? You do, right? No, boys. Oh, no, there is Tremor as well, I guess, a bit. This is Rapture, this is Bleed, this is like universally good, I guess. But if I wanted more Rapture synergy, I need this, but it's still not too much Rapture Plus, I think it just sucks, right? I'll still get it. Why not? Oh wait. Oh shit. I mean, I did level up Faust today, so... Ego? Wait, you... What is this? This is... bad. Does any of these do tremor? Thinking this is not tremor, at least. I don't know what it is. Paradise. I guess I'll stay what I have right now, since it's, well, what I normally use. It's annoying that I can't get this, since, you know, wait, I will get the bonus, actually. Right, I forgot. Let's go. Maybe I should have tried Honglu only. Maybe we can flip the script on our line of thought. What kind of people, Rodia, do you think hate rich people? Who do you think would hate people like me? Well, except for my family. Oh, poor Honglu. If I do get murdered under mysterious circumstances, I'm willing to bet that it's one of my family members who did me in. Or Heathcliff. I love Honglu. That's a pretty dark joke. He's not joking. The culprit went straight for Bumble, but his employees literally can't move fast enough to have done that. None of them look like distortions either. Yes. If the culprit's hiding among us, those slowpokes, Clock would have noticed it. Then that narrows the culprit down to someone unrelated to this factory, someone without much time, someone who's got a bone to pick against the time rich. Or it could be someone who's unhappy about the state of affairs in the T-Corp's nest. Also, while Dante could be right that this power was granted by a distortion, nothing rules out the possibility that they may be using an unregistered invention. There may be more than a single culprit then. More than a single culprit? Huh? Wait, I think I know an organization that might fit that exact description. Nah, no way, I doubt it. They don't even take drastic actions like these anymore, even back at J-Corp. Wow, that's some coincidence, isn't it? I happen to know a group of people just like them. Sometime later, in a certain alleyway, a group of people unhappy with the state of affairs in the nest. Perhaps you are looking for the Yordwill? I remember them being mentioned in the Updike story for Honglu, the new one. I don't know who that is though. Ah, that rings a bell. Isn't your friend the founder of that organization, Rodia? Oh. Is that guy? I kind of forgot. I know he's in the organization, but that's... Rodia stopped dead in her tracks. The Eurod here? Do you know something about that organization? I did hear that they have been spreading through the nests as of late, though it hasn't been long since they started popping up within T-Corp's borders. So direct T-Corp, employees like myself have been stationed all over the nest to question any suspicious individuals. Me thinks it's a real bother standing guard here, all this stop and search, so tedious. So, what are the Eurod up to around here? all kinds of stuff that petty thieves get up to, stealing things like time or money. Well, I did hear that they also do some pro bono detective work for people who can't afford the time or money to hire people. And wait, stop right there. You, what are you looking around all shitty for, eh? It's a stop and search. Oh, I remember this guy. If it's the same guy. What? Hey, I'm just trying to walk away from that lady with the cig and that creepy glare. Where can we find them? Well, it probably ain't too difficult. Let's see there. Honglu. A sudden explosion tore Honglu to shreds as he was speaking around an alleyway. Speak of the devil, maybe I should have actually activated their badges earlier. Activate our badges? Phew, starting off with a bang, huh? Good luck, Dante. Let's bring him back. Gotcha. Ring the clock now. Wait, you can bring him back? There have been an explosion. There, the explosion came from that way. Damn, watch chains of T-Corp. Here to collect your filthy dues, eh? Okay, no time to explain, right? Then let's talk about that later. Fight, 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 fight. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. Everyone is starting with two thingies. That's useful.
소매 단추를 달랑거리는 채로 제압하는 직원이 보여서는
Okay, I don't know what you do. Let's start with these. You can do this. Do this so I don't, use my, I just don't have charge. Well, actually, you will have charge at that point. Oh yeah, that's good then. That's actually really good then. Okay.
걸려라.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가했군요. 이것이 바로 정보의 힘.
I love reusing
제대로
coins.
찝었군.
제압 개체
Okay,
상태가
this looks
좋지
fine.
않습니다. 제대로 된
Oh, wait, what is
일격만
this?
가한다면 효율적인 효과를 이끌어낼 수
Oh,
있겠죠.
the special badge thingy. I also didn't look at the enemies at all. When this unit takes lethal damage, their HP does not drop below 1, instantly heals 80% of their HP and recover from stagger once per encounter. When this buff effect activates starting next turn, this unit gains 2 attack power up at every turn, start for 5 turns. I see.
무전인가? 들리나?
How do you gain poise again? Well, with skills. I see. Huh.
두드려 패고 터뜨려 주지.
I think extra could be clicking win rate, but like
배를 날려주지.
gameplay, Oh, fuck you, man. What is that buff they have? I still haven't read what the enemies do. Instead, I had to read what the Ryoshi does because I just never used that ID.
효율적인 대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다. 참고로 기계는 입에 발린 말 따위 쉽게 하지 않아요.
Tremor. Oh, tremor distribution. Okay, I have to gain. Fuck off. Come on, that's annoying. Can you not move? Can you? Yeah. gain sum of all allies' tremor count divided by number of surviving allies. Offense level up next turn. Max time 5. Wait, so I should not be using tremor then. When hit by skills that trigger tremor burst, raise the stagger threshold by the effect's potency, then introduce the count by 1. Interacts the same way as normal tremor does to effects. Yeah. Did I say something about gameplay earlier? Fuck that. Clicking win rate button.
이런 것도 되죠.
They should add autoplay. I love games with autoplay.
약점을 잘 찌른 것 같네요. 편하게 가자고요.
자, 한 건 했고. 자, 한 건 했고.
다 아니
I won.
타겟
I'm
무력.
just that good. Maybe I shouldn't be starting with, you know, more skill slots. There would be more balance.
그럼 다음
let
타겟을
me
설정해 볼까요?
look at the rewards. Okay, what do I want most? I mean, I will most likely get everything. But I will obviously start with the identity. There are, you know, 20 pulls, which is very nice. This is very... well, it's all very nice. I just want it. But identity and pulls are probably the most important thing. But I will get everything. Just, like, of course.
돈 벌러 가자.
Retreat. Hey, participation trophy. Participation trophy? Is he talking to me? How on earth did you do that earlier? TikTok, and voila, it seemed to me that you rewound the time and found with your friends. I've never seen a tech that could rewind time like that. Well, that's trade secret. Ask and you shall receive pain. Fascinating. Are you terrified of time? As far as I'm aware, there's particularly no way to rewind time for a singular entity that exists in an open and unenclosed area. Either that or my study didn't reach as far as I thought it did. Well, wait, no. That's actually a very serious problem then. I was very desperate, you know. It's very unlikely that I missed anything. You know what else is a serious problem? The fact that we're wasting our time chatting about inane stuff while they're getting away. Come on, Dante. Hold on, innate stuff? Inane? What is that word? Inane. Inane. Okay, apparently means sloppy, which is the same as like silly, foolish, stupid, brainless, daft. Never heard about daft.
Inane.
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 Inane. Inane. Inane. Inane. Inane. Inane. Inane.
Inane. Inane. Where did I end? Hold on, inane stuff? Oh shit, now I clicked. This is extremely serious. Its importance is absolutely incomparable to what amount of earthing you few small fiery revolutionaries. If it was a true resurrection, then the head have been after your heads already, so I doubt that's what it is. Then it must have something to do with time manipulation, I'm certain of it. Maybe it works with the same mechanism as the TT2 protocol under the hood. Nope, that works only within an isolated enclosure. It can't rewind the time of a singular individual. Perhaps they are growing time from elsewhere to inject it into their timestamps? That seems a tad more plausible. If you were actually rewinding their time, then the visual elements of their process would manifest in a vastly different manner. I suppose this means that you can really rewind or skip time either, huh? Am I right? You can't just say all that gibberish and expect me to be able to. The process also seemed to involve a great degree of pain. Oh well, it seems to be a bad taste to say that it's a good news, but I suppose I can say that what I'm about to tell you is somewhat auspicious. I was going to tell you the nitty-gritty only if we had to venture into one of the more dangerous places like the back streets, but here you go. Check the other side of your badges. There should be small clockwork knob attached to your badges in there. Mind rotating it for me? The class 5 stab jabbered on endlessly, zapping between numerous subjects within matter of seconds before reaching out and pointing to the badges we were wearing. Not all fixers specializing in investigation are strong enough to defend themselves in emergencies. That is why these special investigator badges are all equipped with the same special function that goes into suits that higher ranking staff members of T-Corp wear. It's called golden time. If you keep the clockwork wound, it will automatically speed up the body's natural regeneration process as soon as it detects that a wearer is at the risk of death. It's nothing compared to what you're capable of, but it's quite something, isn't it? So, I don't actually have to turn the clock myself. Well, it takes some time to refill once its charge is spent. If you ever run out of its uses, then I suppose it all comes down to you. Participation trophy. You'll have to take one for the team and bring them all back yourself. Is he answering me? Or did he just plan to say it? He can't hear me, right? But it felt like he directly answered me. But I guess what he said would kind of make sense even if he didn't hear me. You're willing to do that, but not willing to help us before we get torn to shreds? Huh? I prefer that. Good. Who? Ready? Let's go after them then. Sometime later. Where did they run off to? I'm pretty sure they came this way. No more tracks. We wasted so much time on these boring lectures. Hey, assistant. Are you sure it's okay for us to just saunter behind us like you're out on a picnic? Why would I run? I hate running. It's literally your job to arrest the Yordvia, isn't it? Is it though? But my job at this precise moment is to keep my eyes on you and your investigation regarding the case of time killing time, not making Yordvia arrests. But you're a T-Corp employee. Okay, fine, let's say that I decided to run instead of walk and had to capture those Yordvia rascals. What then? Will T-Corp suddenly stop having problems just because they are gone? Will this place suddenly transform into some kind of humanitarian paradise? Not to mention that, as long as their leader runs free, they will be back before you know it. Excuses, then GTA. KTA. If we do kill them all. Oh, that's what KTA means. Kill them all. How do you understand her? That only opens room for worse syndicates to take their place. If that happens, that collector friend from earlier might end up suffering from something much, much worse than having to stop and search random passerby. Not to mention that they'll be getting muscle cramps from all the running. Besides, isn't your friend one of them? Weird. I thought you wouldn't want me to arrest them, right? I thought Rodia would be a bit happier to be reunited with Rodvia. Well, since it looks like the trail's gone cold, let's go back to Stop and Search Lady and ask if she noticed anything suspicious since we've left. Fine. T-Corp employee we met earlier was still standing completely inert, not moving a muscle. Poor woman, I can't believe she's still on duty at such a late hour. Such is the life of an laborer. No. She got her time killed. They got her. I can even hear her breathing. That's the Time Ripper's MO. The Time Ripper got her that fast? She's in a state of absolute stillness. That like statue achieved without a thimble of blood on their hands. What a misophobic art. Though she may be in a state of stasis to those of us watching from the outside, for her this must be as brief as a blink of an eye. What do you think the culprit is trying to do with all that time? Guys? This is a crime scene. Let's try to not touch the body. I mean, the victim. Whoa, look. There must be some sort of spatiotemporal displacement superposition phenomenon going on here. She's entirely incorporeal. Is this seriously the time to... Rodia, there, up ahead. I whipped around, noticing the now familiar sensation of a distortion, and caught a brief glimpse of suspicious figure slowly slipping into the fog. You, stop! Ryoshu, think you can catch up? I'm not your hunting dog, but sure, I'll try to entertain you just this once. Your Ryoshu is very entertaining. Oh, she's pretty fast. Ryoshu sure moves fast when she finds something interesting. It's been a while since I've seen people like you, the kind who sprint forward with their eyes fixed on the horizon. Here everyone only ever looks down, their necks bent and gaze locked to the ground, watching their own feet take their halting steps. I suppose they only ever look up to check the time on your clock downwards. But there must have been a time when everyone walked tall. I think I know why that is. It's because they all learned helplessness. Because they realized that even if they ran till their lungs burst, nothing will change. That it doesn't matter. Yeah, not everyone can run like Mersaut. Learning to maintain a stable breathing rhythm is not easy. That's not what I'm talking about. Wait, take a closer look at her face. Remember? It's the same face she was making earlier when she shouted, "It's a stop and search." Yeah, maybe she saw someone suspicious approaching them for a stop and search and got ambushed. We should ask her when she recovers. But we don't know when she will recover. Sometime later. Catch. Are you sure you captured him alive? Hey Roshu, doesn't he kinda look a bit different from the mysterious person that got away? He's clearly wearing something different. Besides, he's one of the Yord we already ran into. Those are just husks that can be cast off at any moment. He started running as soon as our eyes met. Hey, rise and shine. How am I supposed the suspicious ones? Anyone would run if someone like you started sprinting after them with that big sword in your hands? I have many ways to crush the truth out of you. First, no dismembering. This is the Yordvius turf. You'll soon regret dragging me down here. I prepared this secret weapon just for this occasion. Watch out! But nothing happened. What was that? One of the 5 greatest inventions of the Yordvius D-Corp branch. The portable adjustable frequency periodical lighting apparatus attachment sound wave generator. This will call every single Eurodvi in its range to this exact location. There, see what I mean? You see the problem prevalent among inventors? They never know when to stop when it comes to naming their inventions. You'll pay dearly for smacking me in the back of my noggin.
응원도 결국은 나약한 자들이나 듣고 싶어하는 위안일 뿐입니다.
Well, okay.
정보팀은
Well, I do want to gain
조금 더 가치
charge.
있는 걸
Then I
추구하는
will have enough
고소한
charge for this
겠습니다.
to be useful. I think I want to inflict tremor. And probably this. And then, yeah.
두드려 패고 터뜨려 주지. 야!
Oh, I didn't want to use the tremor. I kind of want to keep it.
걸려라. 제대로 찝었군. 시원하네. 아, 술 맛을 돋궈주는 좋은 공격이었어.
약점을 잘 찌른 것 같네요.
보시다시피 앞에 무방비해진
Okay,
개체가
let's just
있는데
win
직접
race.
타도하죠.
부디 그래선 안 되겠지만 이 틈을 놓친다면 관리자님의 역량에 대한 계산을 재검토해야 할지도
대의에
모르겠군요.
거스르지 말고.
자. 제대로
한눈에
찝었군.
봤을 때는 불리해 보이긴 하지만
두드려 패고 터뜨려
결국에는
주지.
유리한 구도를 만들어낸 것 같은데. 편하게 가자고요.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가했군요.
야!
이것이
다
바로 정보의 힘입니다.
타겟
편하게 가자고요.
자, 한 건 했고
Easy.
대의에 맞서는 자들을 확실하게 굴복시켰죠.
I mean, this makes sense. He's the first one, so he has more
다음
slots,
타겟을
so
설정해 볼까요?
it's can't really charge from this. But no one took damage. A trail gone cold.
돈 벌러 가자. 자,
Oh,
출발해 볼까요?
we're starting with the fight. No story, SMH.
같은데.
I mean, it was supposed to
나도
call
나가서 싸우면
all
안
of Yordville nearby.
가자고요, 누님.
It's not Yordville. Why am I calling it that? because it's easier to pronounce than whatever they actually are called, I guess. Well, okay, there's no choice really for most of them actually. Come on, Ryoshu. Don't let them bully you. You are supposed to bully them.
응원도 결국은 나약한 자들이나 듣고 싶어하는
직접
위안일
타도하죠.
뿐입니다. 정보팀은 조금 더 가치 있는 걸 추구하는 부서 아니겠습니까?
효율적인 대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다. 참고로
대의에
기계는
거스르지
입에 발린
말고.
Said that I
말따위
can't use
쉽게
Faust.
하지
I
않아요.
kinda wanted to use Faust with the new ego.
대의에 거스르지 말고.
Plus, Faust has one of the best Tremor identities, I think. With the 4-second murder one.
걸려라.
It's like one of those like identities that are just great, and it has Tremor on it, basically.
이것이
But I used to use it in the non-Tremor teams
두드려 패고 터뜨려 주지.
because it's just good.
야!
I actually do still use it in my XP Laxervation team.
아, 술 맛을 돋궈주는 좋은 공격이었어.
걸려라.
약점을 잘 찌른 것 같네요.
It was, I think, also one of the first identities who had attack weight on like non-ego skill.
자, 한 건 했고.
이런 것도
I think
되죠.
it was only after the Isang one, but I might be forgetting someone.
편하게 가자고요.
Very possible that I
생체
am.
반응이 끊어진 개체의 기록이 감지됩니다. 만약 제가 인간이었고 조금 더 쾌활한 성격이었다면 당신과 하이파이브 같은 걸 시도해 보았을지도
직접
모르겠네요.
타도하죠.
Come on, Ryoshu! I mean, she's unlucky she was clashing with a bunch of people that were just... She couldn't really win that
제압
well.
개체 상태가 좋지 않습니다. 제대로 된
직접
일격만
타도하죠.
가한다면 효율적인 효과를 이끌어낼 수
So she
있겠죠.
couldn't really gain sanity, and then it's kind of problematic.
배를 날려주지.
제대로 찝었군.
편하게 가자고요.
자, 한 건 했고. 제대로 찝었군.
저희가 우세한
가자!
상황입니다. 이미 매뉴얼을 6번은 어긴
This
직원들도
one's dead
보이는데
now.
이 책임은 다음에 묻도록 하죠.
야! 타! 무. 아니.
And this one too.
타! 무. 아니. 타겟 무력화.
이 정도면 너무 성공적인데? 추가 보스 나오는 거 아니야?
How much do I have now? Not enough yet, eh? No, far from it. I mean, I'm a bit over half right now.
단원 일발
Are we jumping straight into battle again? No, no. After matching various pieces of information we found from the defeating Yordvie members together, we managed to track them down to a run-down building that appeared to be their hideout. You finally managed to track us down, haven't you? Filthy watch chains of T-Corp, and you clock. You clock, he says. It's only elementary because I'm an ace detective. Rhoda exclaimed triumphantly as she flickered her hair back, but I sensed the smallest hint of uncertainty in her voice. Yep, we're all ace detectives. Tsk. I'll admit, we shouldn't have let you trick us down, but you don't look too strong. It is a foolish move to fight the lion in his den. I hope you have prepared yourselves. Don't you worry about our bats. We've got the class 5 stuff with us, you know. Don't think he will interfere. Can deduce a few things about you. One, that man's outfit, that little look on his face. I see it's likely that you are not lying, that he really is class 5 staff. 2, you're absolutely shameless for bringing class 5 wretch Shane to a rundown hideout like this. Why does this have anything to do with Shane? I don't know about Shane, but this place sure is rundown. Right, what about this? I'll sit this one out just for the sake of fairness. It would be like cheating if we were to take a part in this fight, yeah? If I were able to take, yeah. That is a fair proposal. Fine, accept your offer. Do we not get a say in any of this? No, this is more fun.
자, 출발해 볼까요? 오, 여기는
직접
답답한데.
타도하죠.
나도
Oh,
나가서
come
싸우면 안
on.
되나?
Come on.
계약대로
What the
하자고요.
fuck? Okay, that's annoying. Come on, can I win? Flashes? Or stuff? That's crazy.
걸려라.
I mean, at least she won a
올바른
flash.
방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가했군요. 이것이 바로 정보의 힘입니다.
제대로 찝었군. 가자. 얏! 하! 자, 한 건 했고.
Yay.
데이에 거스르지 말고. 데이에 거스르지 말고.
제압 개체 하나를
가자!
처리했습니다. 남은 개체들도 같은 기세로 처리해보죠.
이런 것도 되죠.
시원하네. 아, 술 맛을 돋궈주는 좋은 공격이었어.
약점을 잘 찌른 것 같네요.
자세가 무너졌군. 다음에 배를 날려주지.
제대로 찝었군.
한눈에 봤을 때는
After this encounter, I'll go take a short break.
결국에는 유리한 구도를 만들어낸 것 같은데.
Just saying.
직접 타도하죠.
Very short. I'm actually just bringing something here. To be specific, flavored milk.
타, 타겟 무력화.
I have a bit of a throat pain, but I'm pretty sure it's just from talking more than I'm used to,
제압 개체
because that
하나를
just
처리했습니다.
happens.
남은
Sometimes.
개체들도 같은
직접
기세로
타도하죠.
처리해보죠.
얏! 얏!
이런 것도 되죠.
얏!
데이에 거스르지 말고.
걸려라.
효율적인 대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다. 참고로 기계는
제대로
입에 바른 말
찝었군.
따위 쉽게 하지
Okay,
않아요.
I think this is a win.
두드려 패고 터뜨려주지.
Because I'm just that good.
한 건 했고.
I'm just that good at clicking win rate.
자, 한 건 했고.
편하게 가자고요.
타,
Yes, skill.
타겟 무력화.
데이에 맞서는 자들을 확실하게 굴복시켰죠. 그럼 다음 타겟을 설정해 볼까요?
How much do I have? I think I need to get one more. Okay, BRB. I mean, it will be really quick, but I can't just go because I have no pens on me right now. So I have to, you know, use the BRB screen. That's unfortunate. I guess I don't have to mute since I'm, you know, just like going to other room. I don't even know if you can still hear me. I yelling to myself if I feel sure. Can't hear, right? And I'm back in this room. You hear it? That's the mill. Okay, I'm back. Hi. I don't have a blanket. Cool, right? And I have chocolate and hazelnut. I think that's hazelnut. I don't remember nut names in English. To be honest, I don't really remember a lot of nut names in Czech. Okay, after this one I can get the new Ryoshu.
사건 속으로.
자, 출발해 볼까요? 어우, 여기는 답답한데. 나도 나가서 싸우면 안 되나?
Oh yeah, I forgot I had this. I mean, I'm never
직접
using it.
타도하죠.
Well, it, you know, it will be useful for like, I guess, hard content. Might be good for like a boss, because I'm pretty sure there will be a boss, right?
자세가 무너져.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가했군요. 이것이 바로 정보의 힘입니다.
Might be that abnormality that, you know, the
제압 개체의 상태가 좋지 않습니다. 제대로 된 일격만 가한다면
new Faust
효율적인
go is kinda
효과를
based off.
이끌어낼 수 있겠죠.
두드려 패고 터뜨려 주지. 자세가 무너졌고 다음 배를 날려주지.
이런 것도 되죠.
효율적인 대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다. 참고로 기계는 입에 발린 말 따위 쉽게 하지 않아요.
Oh wait. Oh, this is focused on counter. Huh. Cool.
직접
I
타도하죠.
wasn't looking.
걸려라.
The win rate button for the focus on counters is still quite dumb.
생체 반응이 끊어진 개체의 기록이
If you didn't know.
감지됩니다. 만약 제가 인간이었고 조금 더 쾌활한 성격이었다면 당신과 하이파이브 같은 걸 시도해 보았을지도 모르겠네요.
가자.
이런 것도 되죠.
I got new earphones today.
좋은 공격이었어.
약점을 잘 찌른 것 같네요.
That's cool, right? These ones
자, 한 건 했고.
are quite Well, I don't know if they are fancy. I feel just like
직원들이 우세한
when you buy
환경에
new
있습니다.
technology, it just looks fancy.
관리자님이 제 말을 집중해서
Like
듣고 있었다니
90% of
잘
the time.
이런 과정들을 통틀어
두드려 패고
신뢰라고 부른다고
터뜨려주지.
하더군요. 긍정적인 변화네요.
Oh, that's a mistake. Now I wasted.
야,
Oof.
타, 뭐든지 하나씩 줄여가면서
Okay,
시작하는 거지.
Boss or
누님도
mini-boss.
술병을
I mean, a lot of
하나씩만
tremor.
먹으면 참 좋을 텐데 말이죠.
Cool. So that's a cool ability. That reminds me, I don't know what your passive is.
생기셨나요?
Where passives? Oh, right. Turn and gain damage up next turn equal to number of times this unit triggered tremor burst this turn. That's pretty cool. Max 3. That's pretty cool. Not
이
insane,
사건에 궁금한
or
점이
anything.
생기셨나요?
but cool. Whoa! That's interesting.
가자.
Again, I don't think it's like insanely good, but it's interesting, I guess. Did I not clash? Is that what I was saying? How jump the thing is for focused encounters?
걸려라. 제대로 찝었군.
저것들도 취한 것처럼 흐느적대는데?
그래서 저러는 건 아니겠지만요. 기회를 잡으시는 게 좋겠어요.
가자.
Oh, I'm dumb, huh? Oh, come on! That sucks. That sucks. Like, I think I'm winning, you know, but
저분을
that
신경
sucks.
쓰면서 싸우는 게 좋을 것 같아요.
아, 기다려봐. 치료하기에 적당한 제품이 어디 있을 텐데.
직접 타도하죠.
자세가 무너졌군. 다음에 배를 날려주지.
대의에 거스르지 말고.
보시다시피 앞에 무방비해진 개체가 있네요. 부디 그래선 안 되겠지만 이 틈을 놓친다면 관리자님의 역량에 대한 계산을 재검토해야
Shit.
할지도 모르겠군요.
Okay. I mean, how about I use this? Oh wait, it's unquestionable. I see. Okay. Oops. Well, I'll still use it, I guess. Because why not? I should have actually used it earlier, honestly.
직접 타도하죠. 슬픔에 흔들린 마음.
Did I update this to 4? To update 4? I think I did.
이런 것도 되죠.
Oh, it switched to this one right away. Right. I mean, doesn't matter really, I guess.
직원들이 우세한
Do you think I can
환경이었습니다.
win here?
관리자님이 제 말을 집중해서 듣고 있었다는
가자!
결과겠죠. 이런 과정들을 통틀어
자,
신뢰라고
I can-
부른다고 하더군요. 긍정적인 변화네요.
But close one actually, you know, took me 10 turns, and unless, you know, they sometimes put it to 15 turns, the X rewards on the mini boss fights, which, you know, we quickly moved our conversation into the hideout after defeating the Euro Divide members. Gah! Surrender and confess. Starting to run low on patience, might kill you soon. Ah, no, looks like Yoshi's getting tired of playing detective. We have surrounded already. Not sure what you want us to confess either. What? Would you like for us to confess that we're your Divide or something? We hesitated, unsure if he really was clueless or not. That's when Rodia confidently strode forward and pointed at the accusatory finger at the Eurodivide captain. Right, questioning time. You have always hated this nest state of affairs, am I right? Must you really ask? You like inventing stuff and not registering them to the tech agency, don't you? Again, must you really inquire about something you could discern simply by looking around? Oh, mind if I take a gander at these inventions? Wait, didn't you go around touching? Don't just go around touching. I see. This hedgehog dog is a time bomb. Disguised as a plushie. It can still bomb as soon as it enters within a certain proximity range. And it doesn't recognize the bomb as an unauthorized individual's. It will shoot out its spines to penetrate the intruder. But you have screwed the parts too tightly down here. You'll do well to remember that mechanical engineering isn't all about tightening the screws as hard as you can. Sometimes you need a slightly loose screw or two to make things fit better. And another thing, if I were you, I would make the spine holes hexagon-shaped, not circular. You could tell all that from a quick look. You are certainly no common employee. Either way, most of those are experiments, incomplete products. In truth, you like making more dangerous inventions too, right? You really are a persistent one, aren't you? What are you getting at? And I'm sure these violent inventions eventually led to something that can completely rip someone's time away. Wait, what? The culprit behind the case of time killing time? It's you guys, right? It's what you do, isn't it? You see something that rubs you the wrong way, and you go ahead and smash it to bits. That's a bit of a logical leap, isn't it? Who do you think your device are? Sounds like this friend of yours in the your device really messed up a big time in the past, Did he do something drastically violent? No, so yeah, he always knew how to say the right things to get people to agree with him, to convince them to join his cause. His words filled me with this confidence that we could really change the world, that it really was as effortless as letting candy slowly melt away in my mouth. But what could he possibly do to change the world? He doesn't even do anything, not like these guys. I bet the T-Corp, your Divide, are nothing more than knockoffs who just found themselves inspired by stories coming out of J-Corp or no music? It's absolutely baffling how you failed to correctly deduce a single thing. No, we're not knockoffs. Besides, the Saint has already brought many changes to this world. Changes that you mere detectives can't even dream of. The Saint? Indeed, Saint Sonia was the one who really sparkled the fire of your divine in every nest. Well, that isn't the only reason they call him the Saint, but that's besides the point. You're the eye in every nest? Sonia did that? Since you claim to be Saint Sonia's friend, allow me to say it in no uncertain terms. Your eye has nothing to do with your case. Sonia, are we supposed to take you at your word? First, we don't have this time-killing technology. We can steal time or time pieces. But it's practically impossible to kill time. Making something go absurd would surely catch the tech agency attention. How is killing time in any way like better than stealing time? If you steal something, you can keep it for yourself. And that is travel that I'm not willing to invite. Why? You have certainly been causing ruckus here. Isn't that what the Yordavai wants? Chaos? Please don't compare us to the likes of the backstreet gangs, though there are those among us who want that chaos, of course. One of our former members insisted that we must take an abundance of time in T-Corp for ourselves and have our comrades divided equally among us. But such drastic action would also hurt the have-nots, those who do not deserve such pain. So we must adhere to the Saint's teachings to truly tear out the throats of the rich. We must wait for the right moment. The right moment? Huh, so it really was Sonia. So I've been wondering, are you really the Saint's friend? I don't know if I would call them friends. But maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Honestly, I don't really remember Rodia's canto that well. That was so long ago. Of course she is. He even invited her to join his journey. Why don't we leave for now? We can always come back here once we uncover more evidence. Tante says let's leave for now. Are we not arresting them? Didn't one of you give me a whole lecture about how it's my job to arrest them? Rhoda ignored the assistants in question and turned around to leave the hideout, wearing a dark expression. It's cool that, we get more Rhodia lore here. I mean, like, not really, but something more focused on her. And we were about to leave the hideout as well, but the Yordavai captain stopped us. Wait, if you really are a friend of the Saint, then I can't let you leave without giving you some advice as the more experienced detective. I was able to establish a few things from this conversation, so allow me to share them with you. Okay. Oh, right. You dabble in detective work from time to time as well, yes? Is this a common thing that the Yordavai get up to? No, only the Yordavai branch in District 22. Anyways, if I were you, I would start by looking for a common thread that ties all victims together. Find out what they have in common. Why? That's pretty reasonable, I think. The T-Corp Collection Agency knows everything about time, where it comes from, where it goes, but not with this case. But if they know everything about comings and goings of time, how are you avoiding their eyes? Not all of us do. I can tell you more, however. Just know that we have no ace up our sleeves that lets us continue our guerrilla activities in the nest. Anyways, does it not strike you as odd that for someone with such impressive technology that can quite literally rip away time without a trace, the killer seems unusually passive? This tells me that there is a condition that they must first meet to use their powers. Another possibility is that they have a certain creed or belief system that they follow, but ideologically motivated culprits usually leave behind more obvious evidence that points to their beliefs. Oh, I think that adds up nicely. Wanna join the squad of ace detectives? Who the hell hired this bumbling team of amateur detectives wannabes? Huh, never mind. Now would you kindly leave this place? Well, we now know where the Yordovai are. We can always come back here if we ever need anything else. New Ryoshu time.
데이에 맞서는 자들을 확실하게 굴복시켰죠. 그럼 다음 타겟을 설정해 볼까요?
담배 한 갑에 굴착 나서 다
5 excavating screws for a pack of 6.
이놈머리에 나사가
Sounds like you've got a screw loose yourself. Okay, I'll obviously be using her. I'm glad that I upgraded this to use it for like 5 fights. Wait, is it? Oh yeah. For some reason I thought it was 3 star or 3-0 or whatever. Oh wait, I have some of these. Okay, let's go to this. Let's get like fucking... I don't remember the numbers, but like something like this. I will kinda need to grind a lot. Because I didn't really grind too much recently. So that's, you know, I'm getting out of Goshart crates. I actually have only for like one more update if it has, you know, 1 3-star, 1 2-star. Probably even less if I actually also update them and shit. So I really need to start, you know, grinding. By the way, how are my missions? Right, I haven't done them yet today. But I do have like 4 hours before the reset. Still. What am I doing? Update story. Oh, I didn't click on it. Oopsie.
실컷 찍어.
Fine, record all you want.
뿌린 피가
Just
잘
make
담글 수
sure
있겠지.
to get all the blood splatter. B Corp staff standard issue weaponry. A rice cooker that doubles as a slow cooker for hearty beef stew. Cute chicken shaped plush. Lollipop candies of various flavors too. All kinds of items are on display in each stall. At this famous bartering market of the Yordovai underground hideouts, the child came here to trade for an item of great importance. That is why she scourged for every single leftover screw she could find after building her invention. 4 screws for a box of 6. Aren't they of equal worth? Huh, nonsense. This box is packed to the brim with 6. I'll have you know that. 7 screws. The Yordovai merchant shakes his head, but the child wasn't going to back down just yet. She shoved the screws in her palm closer to his face and declared, 4. 6, and that's with the discount for being one of us, lass. 4. 5. I won't go any lower than that, alright? 4. Refuse again and I'll sing. What was sing? That was slice your neck clean? I don't remember. No screen, I don't fucking know. Perhaps the child's glare intimidated him. His eyes began to wander in search of something he needed, something she would be happy to take care of in return for the box of six. They came to a sudden stop on his radio that broke down some time ago. His attachment radio. Wait, just hold on a moment. How about this? No need to pay me with screws, yeah? Just get this broken radio working again and I'll give you the whole box. Uh-huh. Great. So I did try my hand and fixing it. And from what I can tell, it's wiring problem down... Just as the merchant was starting to explain what was wrong with the radio, the child pulled out a massive spanner from somewhere and began smashing the merchant's radio with it. Clank, clank, clank. The heavy sound of metal slamming into metal, something one wouldn't expect to hear outside places like workshops, was more than enough to freak out the merchant. He jumped from his seat screaming and tried to stop the child, but it was too late. What the hell, lass? Look, it's completely busted. Look harder. The merchant, after a moment of silence for his crashed radio, dejectedly reached out and pressed its buttons and exclaimed with joy. What? That worked? We can always trust percussive maintenance to do its job. The child was no longer interested in conversing further with the merchant. No matter how happy he looked at he tinkered with the radio, she was now looking for the other child, who was eyeing the sun-dry lollipops on display at some other stall. She took a box of cigarettes from the merchant before kicking the other child in the skin. No more lollipops, time to give me a job now. You know, I'm technically your captain, right? How come you're always kicking me to get my attention? You're so mean. The child protested with a lollipop in his mouth and rubbed his skin in pain. But his expression made it quite clear that he didn't really mind this small violence. In fact, it appeared that the other child was used to such treatment from her. He nonchalantly produced a bundle of paper from his overcoat and placed it in her hand. I would appreciate it a lot if you could come to our hideout to pick up your next assignment. Anyways, I trust that you will take care of this list just as well, right? Your appreciation is NOMD. The targets you gave me last time were too bland. I barely felt anything from bashing in their skulls. Then you'll like this one. Your next target is Bigwig, an actual industrialist, the operator of the biggest factory in the area. The child lip slowly curled into a smile as the other child continued to explain her target. The child outside your hideout and weapon in hand slowly stalks her target. The look of unsuppressed elation in her is clear on her face. Hunglu, that brat, he finally fished up something exciting. In her hands is a piece of paper they called the list. Names of those who exploited the weak and the downtrodden filth. The paper with corner to corner, barely leaving any white paper to be seen under that ink, all that ink. The child's current target was on the list. It's such an artistic ecstasy to watch the look of someone who's never experienced shortened time have their time taken away from them. This child didn't have some grand just purpose in mind when she picked up the list. She doesn't really care about the redistribution of the wealth or making sure that no one goes hungry either. The heinous act of evil men was none of her business either. In fact, even the Yordavai ideology was none of her business. She just enjoyed cutting the heaven heaves short, whether it was cutting their time short or their lives. ROW is the AOS. What? The child suddenly breaks into the sprint after passing the flickering streetlight. The child swings their spanner, albeit in an oddly slow speed. If something with a lot of time were to see it, they would even be able to tell the exit trajectory of that swing. But the rich man still failed to dodge her assault, as she swung at the meticulously calculated angle that left no room for him to move. A weighty blunt noise briefly echoed through the alley. The child grins satisfactorily as she places the cigarette she traded for between her lips. She'd extracted quite a bit of time from the target. That's when she noticed the brief flashing light next to the streetlight. Decob surveillance camera. That recording won't do this piece of art justice. The child furrowed her brows and swung her spanner again, this time at the camera. The surveillance camera promptly dropped to the ground. Now, isn't this a much better angle? Okay. Nice, can do one more. Okay, so what do I do? I mean, tremor. Flash power +2, that's nice. It's basically... I mean, base is 11, which is like not great, but it's not awful. +2 is 13, only on a Clash. I mean, you know, on the Clash power, but it's fine. Power +1 makes this to 16, which is actually quite solid, I would say. On skill 2, 16. Oh wait, and there's also Clash power, not only gun power. Okay. It's quite good. Shit. And this can be even more. I mean, this can be even more, but it's also skill free, so yeah. That would be 19, which is not that much more than 16, but it's still nice. Like, it's not bad. Also, obviously, there's like a tremor burst, which is good. An old impression. Odd, not old. Well then, the Yordavai is swearing up and down that they got nothing to do with the case. And the Time Ripper is still at large. What now, Ace Detectives? But we don't have any other leads. The ones we talked to just left the hideout. So why don't we follow him? You want to tell that you're the guy? Well, looks like not arresting them may pay off after all. I think it's a fair suggestion. Waste of time. We should torture them one by one until someone breaks. according to page 155 of Lady Agatha's book, an ace detective must always remain vigilant and not shy away from stakeouts. They've already on page 155. Don Quixote gave us this book so we can all become ace detectives. Woohoo! I've been reading it whenever I can. Your device, petty time thievery won't change the world. Is that why you're letting them go? Because it doesn't matter? Huh? No, not at all. It's the opposite, in fact. I want to see things change. Change? It says that your device stated from the small group of nobodies. It is said that your device started from a small group of nobodies, but they kept at it, slowly but surely spreading through the city. I heard that they've been causing some real troubles in some nest. They did find it difficult to get rid of them. Do you know what people have been saying here at T-Corp? Running low on time, but burning full of frustration. Then come join the Yordavai. Unlike most people who accept injustice and move on, they don't. They refuse to turn a blind eye, confident and determined that they will one day bring real change to the city. It's only natural that I find them extremely fascinating to witness to what end do their desperate desires and aspirations lead. Nothing but impotent squirmings. I'm sorry, do any of you even give a damn about solving that case? This case has a certain destructive aesthetic to it. I like it. I'm following my family elders' words to see and experience as much as the world as I can before I return, because their words better be followed. Sounds excruciatingly bothersome. So many things in this world presuming that they deserve to call themselves family. I've never heard you talk like that, Ryoshu. What will you ever accomplish with such half-heartedness? Don't worry about it. Most people live on with that very half-heartedness. It's been eons since I really desired something with all my heart, you know? No, I'm not most people. From the distance, loud rapid footsteps broke through Rodia's quiet whispers. I knew it. The culprit was your Yordavai. Gah! You're here. Won't give them the slip this time. Okay, let's go. Maybe you'll catch them this time if you learn to breathe like Mersault, Ryoshu. Rodia came to a sudden stop and looked at me, staring at me from underneath the shadows cast over her eyes. Dante, do you think it would have been any different if I followed Sonia back at the casino? Well, yeah, a lot of things would be different. Why do you ask? I mean, it's just watching Sonia goals actually start to take shape while I stagnated, unchanging. It's making me feel. Rodia hesitated. Odd. An odd impression. The Time Reaper. You late, Clock. The two sinners had a head start, but it didn't take very long before we got up to them and saw them quietly kneeling behind cover. We'll go ahead and draw their attention. We should be able to corner them in this direction. Since Ryoshu and Hongu are out there to draw the culprits here, we just have to do our part and capture them. Yeah. What's wrong, Rodia? Just every time I think about Sonia, I remember all the things that I couldn't do, that's all. Rodia. Ah, nope, not gonna let this drag me down. I just gotta do what I can, right? Wouldn't it be so nice if the culprit showed up right now so I can get my hands on them and get this over with? Ah, all this waiting around is getting so tedious. Hopefully I'll look real badass when I arrest them. You certainly recover quick. Now that's a good attitude to have. Well, you know, ain't that how emotions are supposed to be? Constantly changing with time, you know? Is it now? I don't quite agree. Emotions don't change with time. I'd say that the changing emotions are what drive the flow of time. That's some complicated stuff. I just can't wait to hear all the praises they will sing of me once I snag this your vile rascal, that's all. You know, I wanna be an ace detective. Then you shall have your chance. A chance for you to be the center of attention, the subject of praise. That long coat, that hat, you're... Rodia Dante the culprit ran that way. You're the Time Ripper. He definitely look. He is distortion. It says it here. I wanted to say he looks like a distortion. Correct. This isn't good. It will take a while for Honglu and Roshi to get here. But before we get down to business, allow me to make a few corrections. 1. I am no longer bound to an organization like Yordvai. In fact, I found their hypocrisy detestable. Did you know that even the Yordvai did not use their hours equally amongst one another? That is why I have chosen action. 2. I am not killing time. You will not compare my crusade to something so hollow. I merely reap the dying hours, to share it among those who need it most. You may call me the Time Saint instead. What the hell are you talking about? Shut up and... All this is flying over your head, isn't it? You poor little thing. Start for even a morsel of praise. This is both a correction of your ignorance and our final warning. If you wish to capture me, no, us, then you must be prepared to pay the price in time. Was that an attempt at a threat? Ha! Do you seriously think you can scare me like that? Sure, you're a big scary Time Ripper, but I've got, all figured out. I know your patterns. There's something staying your hand. Something staying your hand, isn't there? Whether it's your creed, some kind of design flaw in your tech, you can touch my time. How do you like this ace detective deduction, huh? Half right, but you have given me 2 more corrections to make. 1, I'm not the one killing time, it's you, and everyone like you who's killing time. 2, indeed, we cannot rip time away from just anyone, no, but I can take yours. Because you, at this very moment, are mired in tedium. What? Just biding the time, aren't you? Waiting for something to happen, killing time. We are merely taking back the time that you would have killed anyway. Haha, haha. Swing that axe and you might carve a small chunk out your flesh. But our flesh. But we will rip a chunk out of your existence. You will stir awake when the clock strikes 4 in 50 years' time, having done nothing, having lived through nothing, all in the blink of an eye. That's when it shall dawn on you, the despair. It will all come rushing in like a flood, the disparity, the unfamiliarity of all the time you killed. Every pain, a reminder of every single second you have killed. Think about how tedious it all is. You look scared. We like that look in your eyes. Rodia stood there, completely frozen. No one could stop the Time Ripper as he walked away from us. Not me, not Rodia. The culprit, where are they? I thought I could take them on, but when I came face to face with the Ripper, how could you give them the slip? They threatened her that they were going to rip away her time. Oh no. And the Ripper knew they knew how I felt, so never mind. It seems to me that Rodia decided not to say it out loud, but I knew that the word she wanted to say was tedious. Pathetic. Unlike Hiroshi, my time is important. I'm not here just to make those stupid, pointless observations about the case. I didn't volunteer out of some weird obligation either, okay? I volunteered because I genuinely wanted to solve the case. I'm not like you, either of you. I briefly grew concerned that Ryoshi might swing her scabbard at Rodia, but I don't think she was listening anyway. How banal. Instead, she stared up at the clock tower in silence as her cigarette slowly burned its way to her lips. I guess it's a relief. Rodia, I think I'm just getting tired of wearing a silly smile. That's rough. Roger was always the one to lift the thing's mood when it's down, but the mood among us had grown to so incredibly awkward and cold that I was almost starting to feel chill in my fingers. I guess this is what happens when Rodia is in a depressive mood. If we were back at the bus, or if Isang or Gregor were here, they would have at least tried to do something to break the ice, but neither Yoshi nor Honglu were the kind of people to be heavily affected by such a frosty mood. So we just trudged on with our investigation. Huh, looks like the culprit got him put in the middle of something. He knew the Ripper. How could you tell? By looking at his eyes, isn't it obvious? That look in his eyes, it's kind of look that people have in their eyes when getting killed by a rat, you know. He's not exactly dead, you know. His dead body looks kinda different from the last one we saw though. Not a dead body either, but what is it? The culprit tore his scarf in half. Maybe they really disagreed with his fashion choices. The Yodovai must live like fools in the eyes of others, so that we may see a path invisible to them. Rodia? It's something Sonia once said, told me that the scarf was a yoke to hide the great ambition, that those with such dreams must remain bound. But I don't see you wearing a scarf. Haha, I just think it cramps my style. Then chopping the scarf in half would mean that the killer might be a former member of the Yordovai. I think that was pretty obvious. We should go back to their hideout and ask around. Sometime later. Damn it, the Ripper got us, boss. Huh? Are you asking if anyone quit recently? Well, it's not like they formally quit or anything, but there were some who went completely off the grid. Someone who wanted to steal the silvers from the T-Corp to share it equally among everyone. Yeah, I remember a lad who said something like that. When his younger brother died, he became a bit weird. Did anyone want to go along with that plan? I'm sure there are some, but we shouldn't. We are the Yordovai. We must bide our time until the same gives us the word. Is that so? Where is he? No idea. Last I heard, he said something like, "I'll always be watching you." Creep in it, but I suppose that means that he's still hanging about somewhere within T-Corp borders. Our bossman gonna be back to normal, right? He'll always be watching, huh? Ha. clock. Always burn a cig after a kill, but you're always smoking. Because it takes about 4 minutes for the cig to burn all of the way through. I get to watch as the light of life slowly burn out of their dying eyes. It really enhances the flavor. 4 minutes. I know that it takes exactly 4 minutes for the cigarette to burn away. But only 2 minutes have passed on that clock tower. Huh? That doesn't make sense. How come no one noticed that the clock tower was broken? This isn't a new development, by the way. From the moment our little game of detective started, so to this precise moment, the clock tower always measured only 2 minutes by the time I finished smoking. Didn't someone say that it's because people have learned to be helpless? I've been waiting for something to get finished for a while. Do you know how much of a pain it is to wait for something but also have too much time in your day? It's so tedious. Meetings, it's a real bother standing around here. All this stop and search, so tedious. Hey, assistant, what were the first 2 victims doing when the river struck? Let's see. One of them was attacked while purchasing a 13-flavored lollipop candy, and the other was reading a comic book starring a T-Corp inventor as its protagonist. I say it's pretty fun read. Are there a lot of clock towers in T-Corp? A total of 12 in the entirety of T-Corp, but just 1 in this general area. The Time Reaper struck only near this clock tower, didn't they? Right on, detective. What if they slowed down the clock tower and made everyone in the area feel that sense of extreme tedium? Tedium. I see. So that's what it was. I'm thinking, sorry. If he slowed the clock tower, it like synchronizes everyone's time. So like, right? That's what it does. So it would like basically mean that since, you know, it went from 4 minutes to 2, which is no, it like showed what happened in 2 minutes in 2 minutes. So it's like slowed down by 100, no, but by half, by 50%. So like everything would take twice as long, in quotes. Not really, it would take the same time, but it would. I don't get it, man. TDM, I see, so that's what it is. He can rip time only from people who are bored. The clock tower. It should give me a nice view to blow smoke at. Oh, here's something I forgot to mention. You know that you need actual evidence to make an arrest, right, detectives? Huh? Have to catch them in the act. Can go around arresting people just because we feel like to them. It's a distortion. We can kill people if we feel like it. We've done it before, I think. No, I guess they attacked us for the most of the time. What do we have to let, or maybe we attack them? What do we have to let them attack us or some? What do we have to let them attack us or something, just so we can catch them in the act? Don't you know he can literally rip the time out of you? One small mistake and you might wake up weeks, months, or even years later. We don't even know if that's the kind of things that Dante can rewind. Yes, it's all very tragic, but it's still part of your responsibilities. Do you even care about catching the culprit? Or is learning how he rips time all you care about? Right on again, Ace Detective. Haha, I once thought that there were no inventions in T-Corp that I didn't know their ins and outs about. You see, I have the intricate knowledge of the mechanisms of every single machinery in existence within T-Corp. I even know about the bizarre contraptions your friend back at the jail cell invented while he was here. Huh. I didn't want that invention to be beholden to the T-Corp patent agency. No, I wanted to watch as it spreads throughout the city, which is why I didn't try very hard to stop him as he escaped through the back streets. It wasn't because I was lazy, mind. So, to answer your question, no. Like in the case of the League of Nine literatures, I don't care whether we catch the culprit or not. I'm just curious about the exact mechanism behind how he rips time. It is nature of being an inventor. Agreed. How am I supposed to even get anything done with people like... Excuse me, Mr. Assistant. I have something I'd like to ask you. Back then, Mersat stood and the temporal scale glows. Didn't the machine beep very loudly? Oh, that reticent friend? Yes, it did. If you have the intricate knowledge of the mechanisms of every single machinery in existence within T-Corp, then do you also know why it malfunctioned? Of course. Why wasn't the guy who's able to take 10 billion hours worth of time from herself? Was it really because it was broken? What are you talking about? It is statistically impossible for the machines of my design to have any faults, usually. Then the source of that error must be Mersal. Or all of us, right? Not the machinery. Oh, because I... You know, damn thingy then. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You're not only looking the part, but also acting the part of an ace detective. Could have fooled me. All credit to Lady Agatha. She did say that one of the qualities of an ace detective is a mind of bottomless inquisitiveness. After all, I thought the condition of getting exempt from the time tax was that we had to catch the culprit. That was what I was thinking when the Class 5 auditor began speaking again as if to address my concerns. I'm not saying that I won't cooperate, of course. I may have even devised a plan for you, though it may be somewhat simple. Now listen close. Does that mean that he can't kill Rhodia's time even though he threatened her, or like anyone's time from the sinners? It's kinda what I would assume so. Oh, I can pick more people.
재밌군. 이건 내가 맞지.
Okay. How do I do this? I think you go first.
준비되었습니다.
You go second.
가볼까요?
좋아. 재밌.
계약이 또 어그러졌나
Like this,
보지?
I think.
잠깐만. 천천히.
So, will this really work? I guess it's barely a plan and more like something we came up with in the last 10 minutes, but still. Annoying. Shh, let's hide. Oh yeah, I've been waiting for you. Did he just say hi to the Ripper? How interesting, not only did you know that I'd be coming here, but you also had the manners to extend your greetings? I see, you've been tailing us with this whole time. Huh, of course. You were right under our noses all this time, weren't you? You're one of those fools playing pretend as detectives, aren't you? Killing time. You're right, say. Can you teach me how to make the most of my time? Give us your time and we might tell you. What, 30 hours? What is this bloody joke? That isn't enough. That ain't enough. Just think about all those hours we have lost fleeing from those swords. We could have spent that time ripping more hours from others. I say that it's only fair that we take 300 hours from him. Agreed. He's one of the Nest's lackeys, working with those filthy watch chains of T-Corp. He deserves it. If we let him go, he will only bring further trouble. Let's show them what happens to those that oppose us. Seconded, let's try to extract the exact amount of hours that evenly split into 12 pieces. So there's 12 of them? Sorry, let's stab it as deep as we can go. We don't want to repeat the fat cat at the factory, do we? We're aiming straight for the center. We're not letting this bastard slip away just as a gash of 800 hours, with just a gash of 800 hours. Silence, I will decide the time. We will stab as deep as we can and rip 1,000 hours from him. That should be more than enough for us to happily share. Well, I suppose we'll be losing our sense of taste for the next 1,000 hours. If we divide the burden of 1,000 hours equal amongst one another, yeah, I can roll with it. Huh? It's almost like there's multiple personalities in there. They are. All taking turns to speak. Wow, Dante is very bright. The culprit wasn't the only one who suddenly began to behave strangely. Hungry did too. His face relaxed into a tranquil look, as though he was ready to let something go, or perhaps that was an expression of liberation. 1,000 hours. Will 1,000 hours have passed in the blink of an eye? Yes, and there will be no pain, only the despair that awaits you upon your awakening. Then I'll like that. Rip my time away. He didn't mean that, did he? A time-tearing razor, is it? So that is the core of the power that extracts time. Thought it was an invention at all. Though it was no invention at all, but a distortion. Yeah. My, this is still highly fascinating. So this is the kind of power that the distortion can grant. Power that only one could ever have dreamt of. I don't think he can take his time because he's a sinner and they kinda, you know, said something about mercy out and that shit. After a lengthy silence, as though the world itself had come to a grinding halt. Why can't we rip away your time? I see, everything went according to plan. It's all so same. I blinked, but it would have just... But the world is just as familiar and changeless as ever. What? We have walked right into a trap, you daft idiots. Don't you understand? Detectives, AOTS. Perhaps that's a relief. Had me worried for a moment there. About 30 minutes ago. Like I said, the temporal scale gallows isn't broken. The error was caused by you. Your time, and this applies to the 12 of you. To all 12 of you, there's 13. Was already bound to someone else's time. Oh, right, it's only 12. Right, that makes sense. Someone else's time? Me? You know, I feel like a lot of the times people forget that Dante is actually a sinner. It wouldn't make since if the devs kind of just forgot. Discussed the multi-reference error in the temporal scale gallows, which was supposed to hang your time. So what you're saying is because we are living within Dante's time, the gallows couldn't hang our time? I had no idea. Well, if all that is news to us, then there's really no way for the Time Ripper to know that either. So once the Time Ripper arrives and tries to rip my time away from me, that's when Rodia and Roshu can swoop in like the awesome people you are and arrest the culprit. That's very nice of him to say. And that's how this trap came to be. But what if, and really what if? What if the Time Ripper manages to rip Honglu's time away? Don't worry, Dante. It's all going to be okay. Huh, I wonder how long the racket would last once the news of malfunctioning clock tower breaks. Wouldn't it be so entertaining to watch as people trust in an institution of the supposedly unerring clock tower crumble? It's going to be such a fun show. I'll try my best not to malfunction. Tick tock, tick tock. Hey, participation trophy. I used to really hate the sound of clocks. I don't know when it started, but I started associating its noise with the perpetual cycle of pain, like it's some premonition that a clock hand-shaped blade will only one day cleave clean through me. A blade of time, if you will. But your noise? It's a bit different. It's the kind of noise that makes me dream up something new, something different, and it's not pain. Well, that's why I wanted to extend my gratitude. Not sure what he's extending his gratitude for, but can someone ask him to do something for me? Dante has a request. Right, request away. I think I've had enough experience to intuit when a big fight's about to break out, and I'm getting that exact feeling that something's about to happen. So it's time for you to return the other sinners. I can't believe they actually kept us imprisoned the whole time, only to let us out right before they caught the culprit. So how was it, manager? Adventuring with the 3 sinners, was it nice? I trust that you have learned your lesson, and that my absence was deeply felt. I'm making all over just from sitting inside the jail cell. I don't ever want to go back to a place like that. Right, so is that sword the Time Ripper or something? They should make W Corp's singularity into jails. I know without the memory erasing at the end, so they remember the suffering, and obviously not make it, I say obviously, but maybe not make it like fucking, I don't know, fucking, I don't remember how long Laughed Out was here, like even the number, like closely. But if someone is like supposed to get 30 years in prison, they can just get 30 years in the warp train. Then not erase their memory, so they remember being there. And they can like return to society and nothing really changed. Which, is obviously lesser punishment. But it's also like you don't have to pay for their food. Which is good for W Corp, I guess. A distortion we must defeat.
아, 저런 건 그냥 쓱싹쓱싹 하면 끝이라고.
Defense level up by a lot.
편하게 해.
Also, offense
자기
level
일
up.
아니라고 그렇게 말하시면 어떡해요.
Undefined. I see. Stolen time. Turn start. A 200 plus value gain 1000 minus 200 divided by 50 offense level up and defense level up. From start, if at less than 200 gain 200 minus 1000 divided by 50 offense level down and defense level down. Huh? Interesting. On use at some stolen time they do something. Okay, that's cool. That's quite cool. Gain 5 speed enhances the unit's skill. Gain 1 fragile when tremor burst skill or coin effect raises this unit's threshold. Second threshold raises it by 50% more. Okay. Let's try this.
한바탕 해볼까?
Okay, cool. Very cool. I love it. Okay. Okay. That's fine.
왜 이렇게 적법한 무릎?
아, 술맛을 돋궈주는 좋은 공격이었어.
Okay. Okay.
약점을 잘 찌른 것 같네요.
No, not okay. What the fuck? What the fuck?
응원도
Okay,
결국은
cool.
나약한 자들이나 듣고 싶어하는 위안일 뿐입니다.
Oh, these three still have the
정보팀은
badge. That's cool.
조금 더 가치 있는 걸 추구하는 부서 아니겠습니까?
That was dumb. Favored. Well, neutral.
탈출 개체 확인.
개체의 약점을 정확히
I
꿰뚫었습니다.
need thinking.
준비를 철저히
Thinking would be
했나보군요.
very useful here, I feel.
대부분 분야에서 저는 최고의 성능을 내는 AI지만
Also this.
응원은 조금 더 준비 시간이 필요합니다. 공감의 영역은 잘 쓰지 않았던 기능이라 일단 먼지를 털어내야 하거든요.
Oh, that's not clashable. Huh? Do I do it? I guess I do, right?
탈출 개체 확인.
Oh, fuck. Right. I'm dumb. I could have played this well, but I didn't. I decided that I want to do that.
걸려라.
Okay. I fucked up there.
직원들 복장 점검은 다 마치셨습니다. 특히 저번처럼 소매 단추를 달랑거리는 채로 제압하는 직원이 보여서는
That's rough. Oh, right. You are very, very fucking fast. Well, that's useless. I guess this is better, at least I will gain tremor. Alright, okay. This is not great.
조심하랬지.
It's actually pretty ungreat even, I would say.
개체의 유효한 속성을 정확하게 간파했습니다. 제 예상만큼 관리자님의 능력이 우수하다는 것이 증명되는 것 같아 다행이군요. 직원의 상태가 나빠 보이는군요.
The people are
흔히 이걸
staggered.
나사 빠진 상태라고 표현하던가요? 방금 건 실없는 농담이 아닌 긴장 완화를 위한 조력이었습니다.
Okay. Okay, Faust can use the good thing next turn. Unfortunately, she's staggered this turn. Okay, this is neutral at least. This. Oh wait. I guess this is favored. This didn't do anything right, and this won't do anything. This. Oh no, this is fine here at least. Wait, how was it? Let's see. Rodia can probably guard against this shit.
한바탕 해볼까?
Since she, you know, has the most HP out of those people, and she also has a guard skill.
이런 것도 되죠.
효율적인 대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다. 참고로 기계는 입에 발린 말 따위 쉽게 하지 않아요.
Oh, nice. She gets staggered.
사실
It was
이런
close,
보모
but she...
구실은 제가 아니라 세피라들의 역할이긴 하죠.
What did I thought I have
관리자님도
enough?
알다시피
Shit! Shit!
저는 언제나
That's rough.
수십 명의 몫을 해내고 있으니까요.
Don't do this.
직접 타도하죠.
기록에 따라 당신을 반드시 집행하겠습니다.
오호, 이럴
Come
때는
on.
이런 식의 공격으로 대응하는군요. 기억해둬야지.
뭘 그렇게 끄적이는 거야, 미카? 실전에서는 다 기세라니까.
평정심을 잃은 직원이 있습니다.
Okay, I think it's a base
적에게
what I want to
간파되지
use.
않게 주의하도록 하죠.
Will it win against this? It's dominating, so hopefully. Yeah, that's what I thought. I just wanted to try anyways. Favored. Let's go like this, I think.
조심하랬지.
Oh, come on! Are you serious?
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
Okay, now it should be fine. I don't want to jinx it, but
이런 것도 되죠.
I think that sanity will be a big
올바른
improvement here.
방법으로 개체에게
And this guy is
일격을
also
가했군요.
staggered now.
이것이 바로
Let's
정보의
use all the
힘입니다.
worst skills now, I guess. Ooh. Huh. Ooh, I think I want to use this though. Drummer decay.
한바탕 해볼까?
걸려라.
웰피의 적법한 무력 행사다.
대부분 분야에서 저는 최고의 성능을 내는
Is he
AI지.
fast?
응원은 조금 더
No.
준비 시간이
I think I
필요합니다.
can go for
공감의
damage
영역은
here.
잘 쓰지 않았던 기능이라
Oh, I can
일단
do this
원소를
as well.
태워내야 하거든요.
And I will. That's for sure.
가자. 자.
당신에겐 제가 어떻게 보일까요? 시간의 태엽 안에 그 답이 있을까요?
Such a cool animation.
한눈에 봤을 때는 불리해 보이긴 하지만
탈출
Okay,
개체
and it's a win.
만들어낸 것 같은데.
힘들군.
개체 부위가
그러니
파괴되었습니다.
알아서 잘 피해야지.
대응 매뉴얼을 어느 정도 숙지하셨나 보군요.
Was actually kind of rough. Like, you know, when I got to like staggering him for the first time, it kind of just went after that somewhere. But the start was really rough without the sanity and shit. Have you ever wept in such deep longing for that extra minute, that extra second you let slip through your fingers, where you wish that your heart would forever sleep, for its every beat was but a painful reminder of the merciless march of time? I don't suppose you have, because you all have plenty of time to spare. With that, the Time Ripper slips into the shimmering portal. A mirror dungeon of the phantoms, it appears to be the same kind as the ones we have been seen before. Hey Dante, I've got a question. Is it just occurred to me that this time. Oh wait, what? Just occurred to me for the first time. Where do all the time that we use, that you use, where do they come from? Well, that's never gave thought to where the time I rewind comes from. All I knew was that I could, when I turned the time, I rewound the time. DC. Yeah, who cares? I guess. Yeah. I wish I could answer her, but it's not like I know how any of this works. Hiroshi quickly shut us down with her brief summary of the circumstances. We did not question it further. A mirror dungeon of the phantoms. Let's go. I don't know how long it could be. Do I
게이에
go?
맞서는 자들을 확실하게 굴복시켰죠.
I don't think so. I don't think I go,
그럼
actually.
다음 타겟을 설정해 볼까요?
I don't think I go, guys. I don't think I'm doing this today. Okay, that means
달이 새하얗게 빛나고 있습니다. 저들은 스스로 흩날리는 꽃잎이 된 것도 자각하지 못할 것입니다.
wait, you can't use ego pictures here?
같은 검이라는 도구를 쓰면서도
Shit.
격의 차이가 이리도 현격하니.
Oh, you can use egos here, right? Season 4. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what that means? Or maybe you don't. It means I'll be streaming tomorrow.
달이 새하얗게 빛나고 있습니다.
I have no idea how long the dungeon can be. What am I clicking on? But I assume it would take more than like 20 minutes, and I would really like to, you know, do stuff. I normally would go sleep in like an hour, and I still need to like eat and shower and play my other gacha games before I go to sleep, you know, waste up my energy.
달이 새하얗게 빛나고 있습니다.
So I'll just leave it for tomorrow,
밝게
which might be a shorter stream. I actually, you know,
지금이 적기겠군요.
then plan to stream tomorrow since I'm, you know, going to work and I'm going to plasma, which means I won't be able to drink coffee in the whole day, and then I also won't have plasma, so I will be tired. But, you know, I'll just do it somehow. Honestly, it might not be tomorrow, it might be in 2 days at like 1 a.m. or some shit. But I'll try to do it tomorrow, you know. Maybe not when I come home, but when I like take a nap after I come home or something. We'll just see. We'll have to see. I'm sorry I can't plan it. But yeah, having job is rough, huh? Talking to all the employed people, definitely. I'm one of you guys. I have a job now.
달과 좀 이야기하죠.
So yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So what am I doing now? I guess I'll want to do this. Not this, but I guess I'm not doing that now. That actually reminds me. Are you... Okay, you are not mostly blunt, you have just some blunt. But you also have mostly beers. But my ex-Luxervation team, I can give Faust the new ego and then never use it because I don't use egos in ex-Luxervations. Yeah. Okay, that will be it for today then. Thank you for watching again. And yeah, I'll do stream sometime tomorrow, most likely, to finish the thingy, Okay. Thank you guys for stopping by, and bye.